Sorry to interrupt, go ahead. Yeah, Black River. They turning here there. City about an hour. Get a call. Marysville. Give me a call. More over here there. Sorry, traffic out. But sorry to interrupt again.
That was me. Hello, everybody. I see Paul's chair. So he's pitching peanuts, probably.
I'm cooking me his dinner.
What was the other thing? I knew you either pitching peanuts or something.
No, I'm cooking me his dinner. So excuse me a minute, but I get it
Okay.
set because I'm about at the point now where I got to dump the rice into the water and let it sit. Okay.
We got it. Are we live? We can find out if we're live. Are we even live? We're live. Hello, Brenda. Dominic.
Howdy. How is everybody?
Doing all right?
Oh, that's good.
Dogs are going crazy right now because I'm having lightning and thunder everywhere.
Okay.
They're letting me know. Got
Okay
one
then.
laying under my feet. Been going on since about last 3 hours.
Okay.
We had one of them crack in the back. I was laying in bed and the thing went, all electricity went out, came right back.
Oh no.
Yeah, that was a good one. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't
It's
mind
like
one.
incoming.
Yep.
But it's funny. It hasn't rained all week. It's raining today, and my son goes to work tonight.
Nah.
Go figure.
Uh-huh.
Shoot, I've talked to him more since he's left than when he was here. He calls me now just out of the whim all the time. Well, he didn't do that before. It's all right. You're gonna understand. He had it pretty good here.
Mm.
Now, it was real nice to have him here. Not just for the company and for the protection, especially.
Mm.
It's just him. If anything would have happened in this house between him and I, it would have been over with quick.
Yeah.
But it was just, and just when I needed him for something, he did do it.
Yeah.
It was nice to have him here. But there was also times at 3 o'clock in the morning when he's got the surround sound going up here. I'm telling him, shut it down. So it's kind of nice to get back into that.
Mm.
Hey, Randy, Mark,
Randy and everybody else in the chat. Brenda. Who else is there?
and my daughter, son store, that's it, so forth.
Mhm.
And my daughter, she's going back to work, and I'm gonna have to watch the baby a couple of times a week, it looks like.
Mhm.
So the room, once I get everything out of it, it'll be the next day or two. I'm gonna vacuum it real good, get it nice and clean, put the pack and play in the back. And then I'm gonna set it up to where when she's here, I can go sit in the back with her in that room.
Yep.
And she's got the room, and I don't have to worry about her getting hurt or anything. Give her own area.
Hello, Mark.
I'll set up a little table with a laptop if I need to get on something in the back.
What the hell is this done now? Why does it keep doing that? Every time I go on to Paul's channel,
Yep.
and then I click on the link and I open Zoom, and then it's all okay on there, and I go back to YouTube, it's changed it to something else. I'm on one of my Armstrongs rebuilding a crash damaged Range Rover for some reason or other.
Interesting.
So,
Look, Mark, I got me some proper iced tea.
proper iced tea. Is it made by Lipton's?
Actually, it's probably some cheap brand.
Yeah. Hi, Don. My boy.
It's the
I don't know.
Walmart black box.
Never heard of them.
But Donald. I usually drink water 90% of the time. I just felt like tea today.
We don't actually drink a lot of iced tea in England. Hot tea, yes. Iced tea, no. In fact, the only time I've really drunk iced tea in any quantity was in the Philippines, to be honest.
That's because of the heat problem.
Yeah. Although hot drinks are better for you in hot weather.
Yep.
We'll see how that goes.
Well, YouTube is full of reviews of the new DJI 4G dongle to
Oh,
be used
great.
with the Mini 4 Pro and the Air 3.
Oh, okay. I'll have a look.
The only
I still
problem,
gotta do that.
of course, is that in the UK, it's illegal to use it because, one, it doesn't work with a normal SIM card. It works with a special drone SIM card because it's connecting from the air. You have to have written permission from the network provider to actually use it, and then you've got to get a UAS
There's Vegemite.
certificate for using it from Ofcom, which costs over £1,000. None of which, except for Geeks Van, I've told you this.
Well, so did you order one or what?
No, it's illegal to have one. Plus, it's not coming out until the end of the month, but it's on pre-order.
Did you pre-order?
No, you're not allowed to use them.
Yeah,
It's for
Yeah, I saw Sean had.
commercial use only.
Well, you
Yeah,
can
I
tell
saw
everybody
Sean
your
post. I haven't
commercial.
watched it
Yeah.
yet.
Why would I spend £1,000 on a license for a 4G dongle when I can't fly out of line of sight anyway?
Mm.
Well, that's only if you do it by the book. There's lots of people that don't do that.
True. But the point is that if anybody tries to do that, 4G dongles having to have a SIM card in are infinitely trackable.
Yes.
Hey, Brenda's here. I was sorry I'm late to join up with you guys. I was in the kitchen cooking up some more food for Mia. She gets a special. I have to chop up some chicken, boil it, put in the rice, and let the rice come up and swallow it, and then that's good to go.
Did you actually cook any food for yourself?
No,
No,
No.
no, I've still got some Boston cream, so
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that doesn't count. That's afters.
I'm not gonna starve. Joe, what are you having for dinner? You had tacos yesterday, didn't you?
yes, I had tacos. I'm either having chicken wings tonight or I'm having the leftovers. I
Ah,
might do the leftovers. If I put it this way, if I do the leftovers, I won't need Ducalac.
you hear anything more from your son?
From my who?
From your son, Justin.
Oh, he's called me twice today.
He misses you already,
Oh yeah, you can say that.
huh?
He's probably just checking he's not left anything behind.
Okay, I do not have an update on this.
On what?
Mini 3 is supposed to have an update. Mini 3 Pro.
Yes, I did it yesterday.
It's Donald.
Hey, Donald.
Not at all.
Good evening,
guys.
sir.
It was
Donald.
update for the drone, the remote, and it
Not
updated
turning.
the fly
Well,
app.
Donald's
if
as
I
well.
Donald's at the fire hall. I see ladders.
I
Doesn't
can't
wanna
get you
turn.
guys to go around the right way.
Yeah.
I'm up.
Well,
Am I sideways
maybe
for
that's
you?
why.
Yep,
Yep. Sideways.
there you go.
Turn the
Ah,
rotate.
I'll just rotate it around that way.
And Russell.
Russell. Have you got the rotator locked?
There you go.
Yes, I do. So I don't know how to do that just offhand real quick. So I'm not going to worry about it.
Oh, you're working
Yeah, well-
on the buggy, huh?
It's an
Yep, I
iPhone.
just
It's an iPhone.
yes, it's
It slides from the top right hand corner diagonally.
top right hand
And-
corner. Okay, gotcha. Lock. There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what
I knew where it was. I just didn't want to have to. I didn't know how to get to
Yeah.
it quickly.
Right.
yeah.
There we go.
See, I knew that was
Hooray!
what we needed to do.
Yeah, got one.
Ah,
Watch out.
I'm sure she does this on purpose. As soon as we start live streaming, she phones. Exactly.
Oh, Precious?
Hey, no, Kate.
Eight.
Okay. Well, see,
yeah, precious phones.
Yeah.
Mia does the same thing. She doesn't like it when I'm on here. So she's over there fussing by the back door. And if I go over there, she'll give me hell because she's looking for dinner and dinner's almost cooked, but now it's waiting for the rice to suck in all the moisture. And
Yeah.
You should get yourself a cat.
Yeah, that'd be great fun.
Cats don't give a crap. In fact, my cat isn't talking to me right now because I took her to the vet yesterday. And so she hid behind the couch all day today so that she wouldn't get taken to the vet again. I don't know what was in her brain. But I finally made her
Yeah.
get out from behind the couch and she wanted to go outside and she ran across the backyard and underneath the fence. I haven't seen her all day.
Okay.
She's holding it against me.
you
She
want
said the hell with you.
Yep. Yeah. And she stopped twice, heading back to the back fence. She stopped twice in the backyard, hunkered down, and looked over her shoulder like I was chasing her.
minute, Mia. She's pawing me.
All right.
I'm back.
Great.
There it is.
Now, Mark, you had to do each battery?
What's that?
What?
When you updated, you had to do each battery?
No, it didn't. Well, I didn't try more than one battery anyway, but I've put two batteries in it today and took it up for a little flight. It didn't ask for any other updates, so I'm assuming it doesn't need any of the other batteries doing.
Yeah, because the last few times I've updated stuff, it hasn't done that.
Yeah.
That's saying it's up to date with the other battery. Actually, I got to leave it on because I want to try with this.
I took it out the back and just took it up to 60 feet and flew it along the street at the back and just took some photographs of it so that I can send them into the council for them to come and clear the bloody rubbish that's been dumped there.
Well, I came very close at 2 o'clock to bringing the Mini 3 Pro and putting it up in the air. I was thinking about flying it off my balcony in the back because we had all the lightning. I was going to shove it up in the air and try to get some lightning pictures.
I've had a nice. We actually had sunny spells today as well. It's been 21, 22 degrees.
Right back. I'm gonna check the rice.
Yeah, I got an update on both controllers. So
We'll check the rice. I'm surprised he doesn't have a rice cooker that will turn
Yeah,
itself
there's
on.
a rice cooker.
Yeah, I've got one.
Everybody has a rice cooker.
Yeah. Certainly everybody that had a partner that was from a country that ate mostly rice.
I don't.
Yeah,
but
I've got a rice cooker. It's called a pot.
Yeah. Yeah, but like Paul's having to do, he has to keep going checking on it. Rice cooker, you just throw it in and leave it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You bring it to a boil, you let it simmer for a little bit, pull it off, and it'll finish absorbing.
Do that if you cook it in milk and make a rice pudding, although you can actually do that in a rice cooker as well.
and you see, it just told me I did an update, said it was updated. Then I restarted everything and it says it needs update.
Where did Dominic disappear to?
I'm here. I'm just having an argument with Vegemite.
Oh, right, okay. So did your spacer arrive, Don?
Yes.
Have you fitted it?
I have, yeah, I got everything back on. I'm
Uh-huh.
now trying to find the correct torque specs. I'm not sure about the torque specs in this book. So I'm double checking the torque specs on the carrier. But there's my old one.
Here's David. Good evening.
Good evening.
Hey, David.
Good evening.
How are you?
You should be able to find a workshop manual online as well.
Yeah, that's why I'm double checking. I have a Volkswagen book, but it doesn't seem right to me, so I'm double checking. But I don't know if you can see in that light how worn that old one was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see wear and tear on it.
I'll take your word for it that the distance.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, it's kind of
ain't
hard
good.
to see, but it is pitted on the entire front half of this. So
It sounds like you've had water in it then, perhaps, and it's been resting at the bottom while it's been parked up for a while.
I don't know. But if this does not work, the next step is to replace that entire carrier.
Yeah,
but I think this should work.
You make sure the inside of the hub where the spacer goes wasn't pitted as well.
Yes. And the spacer goes it doesn't go up in the hub. It goes against a seal,
Right.
rubber seal, so it can't be
Yeah,
pitted.
but isn't
But
that
on
rubber,
the other side of the seal, yes.
isn't that rubber seal in the hub?
Yes, in the carrier, yes.
Yeah.
And that's why I said if this does not fix it, my next step is to replace that carrier. I think the carrier feels pretty clean, and where it was leaking, I think it kind of has to be that spacer,
Mm.
but we'll see. I'm gonna mute for a second.
So Dominic, all hell is breaking loose over here right now
Mm-hmm.
with this assassination attempt.
Yeah.
Now they're coming out saying that the police knew about this. There was only 7 police officers on duty from the police department, and they were only tracking. They weren't working with the Secret Service, and that they knew there was a threat an hour before this happened,
Mm.
and they had a description of the guy and a picture of the guy. How did they not stop it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Last I
The rest
heard,
of the rest of the world is up in arms as well because of it.
Yeah.
Especially with the sniper, because he missed.
Oh yeah.
whoa,
Well, they saying one of the
That's got a few
snipers was a
people
police
upset,
sniper.
Mark.
That he don't know if he hit him or not. But the Secret Service, the woman that's in charge of the Secret Service, that's Jill Biden's friend.
Mm.
She said that the reason they didn't have people on that roof because it was a sloped roof. That was bullshit because their snipers were on a sloped roof that had a bigger slope. And she tried to give some excuse. All it was a bunch of let's use Joe Biden malarkey.
Yeah. And I don't mean to offend anybody. As far as I'm concerned, the world would probably be a better place without either of them.
But they're politicians, so
You know, come to think of it,
politics is a
the
very
world will be better off
subject.
without a lot of politicians. But yeah,
politics is a very tough subject to discuss.
Yeah.
It's a very polarizing topic because everybody has a tribe and everybody is loyal to that tribe.
I'm offended that you're talking sense here, Dominic.
Dominic's running for something.
Yeah, I'm offended because Dominic claims to be far right, but he's fucking talking more far left than anyone.
I try and show myself as sitting in the middle.
it depends on which way we're standing, David. If we're facing north, he's definitely to the far right.
Yeah, but he's facing the UK, so he's far left.
Mm.
The only thing I'm going to say is this prick that Donald Trump is having as his running mate, I'd never heard of, never want to hear of him again, because for someone to come out and say what he did, to say that the UK is now an Islamic country, just it's nowhere near, right? You don't come out with that sort of shit. That is what's wrong with politics. Yeah, we're attacking each other.
Politics is all about getting a rise out of the opposition.
Yeah, no, it's victimizing people. You know, we've just gone
That's
through an
what
election.
politicians do.
Yeah, but we've just gone through an election. We all went calm for a couple of weeks, and then when they realised they weren't getting anywhere, they started attacking the disabled, the trans, the non-binary, which now turns out that trans is not a problem; it's the non-binary.
All right, guys, I'm going.
Catch you later.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, it's politics just needs to stop attacking people, and I'm hoping our Labour government can do what they claim and take it back to serving the people.
But that's what that's what politics should be.
Should.
Yeah.
But it is.
But it's the media that like to
Oh,
stoke
yeah.
the fires.
But to me, I think all media should be unbiased as well.
Yeah, I'd agree.
You know, we shouldn't have, you know, Tory media and Labour media and Lib Dem media.
Yeah,
In fact,
I agree.
I'll be back.
let's ban all media. When it comes to elections, there should be a 6-week media blackout.
I'll be back.
Not a problem.
It all depends on which newspaper you're reading as to what story you're going to get.
Exactly. And you can get the same story and it completely two ends of the spectrum.
Mhm. Yeah.
But I just want to say my big thanks to those on the other side of the pond, the Americans, for sharing this beautiful weather with us. But did you have to send the heat?
Yeah.
It was 22. But it was only 2 here.
Yeah. Hey Google, what's the temperature?
The temperature in Basildon right now is 18 degrees.
18 degrees. This is going to be the lowest temperature for the next 4 days.
Oh,
No, I don't
well,
know
this
what
thing's
it is.
taking too
You
long
are
to update.
100% correct there, Sunstar. The media in the UK is a cancer.
Echo, what's the weather?
Currently, in Droylsden, it's 17 degrees Celsius with cloudy skies.
Well, you're not
Tonight,
far off from us.
we could expect clouds with a low
Yeah.
of 12 degrees.
It was 21, 22 this afternoon.
Yeah, well, we was told that tomorrow was going to be 27. They're now telling us, because I'm not in this at-risk group, they're expecting 31, even though the weather is saying 27. And Friday, they said it's going to be 31 in the weather, but it feels like a 37.
Huh?
Now, to me, if it feels like 37, it fucking is 37.
Mhm.
And then the hospital say, hey, David, you know you don't cope well with the weather, and it sets your anxiety off and your anger and throws you all over the place, makes you dizzy and you can't walk and everything. See you at 1:30 on Friday. Yeah, thanks for that.
Let's see.
I went, the doctor rang me this morning about the hole in my leg.
Mhm.
Yeah. And she's got the report from the hospital from the other day. And she mentioned it. And I went, well, I don't like the fact that I got caught in the middle of a bitch match between the hospital doctors and my GP. I said, because it's got nothing to do with me. I just follow the instructions. Yeah. And she went, well, next time, tell us hospital doctors to go fuck off because we're the ones in charge. I was
Yeah.
like, you're on the phone and this call's recorded.
Well, I've got today at 22 maximum, tomorrow at 22 maximum, Friday at 24 maximum, Saturday thunderstorms at 21, and Sunday rain at 18.
Jesus. You lucky bugger. Here you go. This is what I've got for this week. Today it claims it was 24, but it was warmer than that. Tomorrow 27, Friday 31, Saturday 27, Sunday 24. But you see where it says 18 there tomorrow? That's the minimum it's going to get. It could stay in the 20s.
Mm.
Yeah, screw that.
Oh no, ours is a minimum of about 11 or 12.
Yeah, well, I won't sleep. The next few nights I won't be sleeping at all. So expect lower on fortnight. We're supposed to be put on a heat warning because that's why they were fucking telling me. There's
It's
nothing
Wednesday.
to this.
I saw Bill and Lance, Bob Dempsey and Lance on this evening.
Yeah, I typed in there. I said, I see an old fort. Oh, Bob's there too.
That got me when he got that submersible drone they use for rescues, and he says it's big. He says, just look how big it is, and stood next to it for reference. And he said, yeah, was it Lance that said, yeah, but Bob, you're not that tall, so we still don't know how high it is.
So, you know, as all governments say, you know, the disabled people have to go out and get a job. So I put a collection of videos together of my first days on the job.
I want a job as a bus driver.
Wait till you see what happens to this guy.
Do you think they'll
Yep.
let me be a bus driver if I'm white?
Oh, it gets better.
I could be a tram driver. They go along tracks, so you can't go in the wrong place. Could still crash into things, though.
That's even better.
Cost me $50.
One of my friends had
And then this is the last one.
a massive leak in the bathroom, which soaked the plaster in the ceiling of her front room, which the insurance has said has got to come out and be redone. So the builders arrived today. The guy says it's his first day on a job. He used to be a car salesman. Have much fun. And he starts taking the tiles off the ceiling.
Oops.
And she goes, what the hell are you taking the tiles off the ceiling for? The whole ceiling's got to come down.
But that's how it works.
Mm-hmm.
This is the slowest update I've ever seen in my life for this thing.
I'm not sure the Dr. Pepper company has made enough cans of Dr. Pepper to get me through the next few days.
Hey, Lee Trevino used to get paid for advertising Dr. Pepper. And something I didn't know that Joe would be pleased about, Lee Trevino was a Marine.
Yeah, he was.
Also got struck by lightning twice.
Mhm.
Should have stayed in the same place. It never struck the same place twice. Apparently.
He was actually under some trees at the first time in the middle of a golf tournament.
Yeah,
where
that's the last place you want to be.
Yeah, it's before they started making sure that everybody was off the course before any thunder happened. And yeah, he said he was stood there and all of a sudden he said he heard a massive bang and everything went black. I said, I know that feeling. Only that was when I got hit in the eye and my glasses lens smashed into it.
Now, when he says everything went black, doesn't he mean it went bright white then black?
Well, he said he saw lots of people flash past him while he was waiting for the ambulance guys to...
Yeah, they were all the people running off the golf course. See ya.
Mm.
There were photographs of it. Photos, he said it looked like, of all his family. I mean, the guy nearly died.
Oh, God.
He ended up...
You're telling me that when you nearly die, the last thing you're going to see is
Gee.
your family?
Yeah, I know, it's bad, isn't it, that?
I know.
He gets you.
Horrible. Right.
I get,
Hey,
he ended up having a metal plate in his back, another
he
one in
does-
his chest, and one in his throat.
Hey, Lance.
Hey guys, how are you?
Yeah, we're good.
Alan.
good afternoon.
Lance.
So
Yeah, we heard
Bob
you
and
all.
I, There's Bob right there. Bob and I
Hey,
are in
Bob.
South Tip. And we just
How
flew.
you doing?
Hi, Bob.
Hey, Bob.
Hey,
That's Mark.
Hey,
hey,
Bob.
Mark Willis.
how you doing?
There's Dom.
Oh, good. Hey, Dominic, you wouldn't believe this spot we're in here. This is
No,
a
no.
nuclear power plant that was built and never activated and
Really?
abandoned. It's an abandoned nuclear power plant.
And that's one of the
Interesting.
towers you were looking at. The
Yes.
other tower is
Another
right
tower over
way
here.
down there. And again,
that-
never. And then you see where that one next to the power plant started to be built, but they never
Mm.
finished. That's where they stopped. And then I just flew the Avata. Is
Fascinating.
Joe here?
I'm
Is
here.
Captain Joe here? That's
Yeah.
where I flew the Avata, bitch.
I think
Right there.
that power plant is the one that Bill Coast to Coast and Caleb and Angel keep on going on about, isn't it?
I believe so. I think Angel's been
Yeah.
here. I know Dale. We just stopped at Dale's store, and he's been here. I think Caleb has been here as well.
Sounds like a
I don't-
power plant that somebody had too much money on their hands.
Yeah, I don't know why they stopped building, but they did, and I think they started running out of money. Again, I don't know the
Yeah.
story.
Yeah, that sounds logical. It's like over here. They started building this high-speed railway line between London and the north of England.
And
Yeah.
stop
And-
the
Yeah, they've decimated lots of
And
people's
then I think
lives,
they went to
and then
go.
suddenly stopped.
They went to go raise more money and pass more bills, and I think the community said, no, we're not liking nuclear stuff. We're not gonna pass the law to keep building.
Yeah,
So
get that one to me.
let's shut her down.
Yeah, the annoying thing here was that they'd already compulsory purchased a lot of houses and
And
knocked them
down.
down for the route.
In fact, they built half the
Yeah.
freaking train line.
Mm.
Yeah.
It was supposed to go from London. Now it goes from the outside of London to Birmingham, where no one can get to it.
Exactly. Exactly.
But the great
And you
news
see your three
is,
batteries there?
it saves you. Are you ready for this? It's high
Okay.
speed. It's going to save you a whopping
10 minutes.
60
Oh, boy.
seconds into Birmingham.
What?
Well, a lot can happen in that 10 minutes,
So this is a cool structure to fly through here, Joe. And there's some cool things on the other side.
Yeah. Are you going down the
But,
chimney? You
But
know,
there's also a fence. No, I did not go down the chimney. That's
Oh,
500 feet. Even though I can fly that high, I don't choose to. And it's windy at the top. So
Hmm.
do you see
Boy
that car
wants
in
to
the
know what it
distance?
looks like looking down in one of them chimneys.
It's yellow and blue. You see that car way in the distance?
Hmm.
I
Yep.
Probably
think
hard to see. I flew through that with my Avata. It's behind a fence. So if I would have crashed, I would have been SOL.
Yeah.
So-
yeah, somebody has flown down inside it, and you can get out again at the bottom because of all the venting.
Yes. Yes, you can. And I don't think it's behind a fence either. I don't know that for sure. But this is kind of where I flew through
Where's Paul
my
at?
Avata. It's right
Yeah.
there.
He's
think he's
sorting
probably
out,
Paul's with
checking
us.
on the
He's
rice
standing right
again.
next to me.
he's sorting out
Paul's
what's
standing
it,
right next to me.
rice and chicken for Mia.
He's in Washington State.
Where's Justin?
Is that behind? That's got to be behind a fence. You would think those towers would be behind a fence, wouldn't you?
Hmm.
But I don't see. Looks
Don't
like
know.
there's a fence there, but I'm sure it's behind a fence. Sure, they don't let people walk in there underneath. Anyway, guys, hey, I'm not going to stick around. I just thought I'd say hi. Show you
Yeah, sort of come in and tell us
Bob
what you're
and I
doing.
were having fun. We're gonna go check his garage out now, where he's gonna play his music.
Yeah. And don't
So-
forget, if you see a big red button, don't land on it.
Exactly. Yeah, we don't want to start something. Good advice, Mark.
No, that was David.
Oh, David. Good advice, David. Good advice. Okay, guys. Hey, I'm out of here, but I just thought I'd say hi.
Later.
Okay, see you later, Lance.
And is Laura around? I want her to say Lance.
Laura, you come here a minute.
Before I go. Say good
Come
morning,
here a
Lance.
minute.
Actually, Laura can
Lance
say
wants
a
you.
new. Laura can say
He
a
wants you
new
to say his
phrase.
name.
She's
What?
never told Bob to shut up.
Yeah. Hey, David, I've got a question for you.
She doesn't want to.
Have you heard from Gitchy at all?
Yeah,
She's in the chat.
in the chat.
Oh, because I was thinking about her today, and I says we haven't seen Gitchy in a while.
Yeah, I can't wait to meet up with Gitchy again.
When is she coming again? When does she come back over?
I think she's actually leaving today. I think she came this morning. She goes again this
Oh, she
evening.
goes
During
back.
the summer months, she only gets short stopovers.
She does round trippers, huh?
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I wouldn't want to be doing a round tripper in this heat.
Well, the planes are air conditioned.
Yeah. How far? What is he doing? It's about. About 8-10 hour flight, something like that.
Do you know how long it is, David? What the flight time?
No, quite a long time, I think.
I would imagine at least 6, if not 8.
Oh, what is the flight time from London Heathrow?
I think it's about 7.
Right.
From London Heathrow to fly to Detroit, it'll take about 7 hours and 9 minutes.
There you go. 7 hours, minutes.
But I don't think she flies nonstop out of Detroit, does she, David?
Yeah, it's straight from Detroit, straight over to the London Heathrow.
Okay.
Then
Yeah.
I think she stops off in the morning, and then goes back in, like to roundabout any time now. I think.
Here comes Justin.
Yeah, I'll see y'all.
She's waiting for.
Where are you going?
Justin's coming on.
No, be nice.
Good evening, Justin. Right, 2 reasons I didn't make you stream last night, Justin. 1, I was too hot and tired, so I went to sleep. And 2, because you're on StreamYard, you keep having to swap people in and out, and I think it's unfair.
Yeah, I forgot about the whole 6-person vote.
Yeah, was a bit of a nuisance that.
But next time you want to go live, if you want my Zoom, just let me know. I'll set you going, make you host. You go live on your channel, have fun. Because once I've set it going, it doesn't really matter, does it?
Right.
It's one of those things that they've never really worked out. You know, really, we just need one account for the whole lot of us. Because if I set Dominic going, say like I started a Zoom up and put Dominic on, yeah, make Dominic the host and leave, I could start a new Zoom and make Justin the host and let him go on his own. It's just weird. Oh.
Hey, Justin, got that doorbell camera in.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I haven't opened it yet because Justin, I was talking to him last night, and he went and installed one for his girlfriend, and he got a Blink. It was a Blink she got, and he was telling me it works. You can get a cloud subscription, or you can do it directly to a card. Also, and it's actually a USB, and it's a separate unit that plugs into the wall that does everything out the house. So you don't need a subscription to it. So I said, well, I already got this one. And I went and looking, and I found a system, a Blink system with the with the little chime deal for the USB, with the USB at 256 that comes with it. And it was a package deal, and it came with one of those I got to see what it's called. It's one of those Echoes with the screen.
Uh-huh.
And it's a whole package deal, and it was $119 regular, like $249 or $199 or something like that. So I looked at that one and I did some research on that one. I got that one coming in. So I'm going to make a decision, because that way I can hook it up. Think about right here where I've got this one gap in my desk. I'm going to make I'll do a little double shelf where I can put it on there, and I'll have the screen. So if somebody comes out there on my screen, I can see it right on the screen. So I might keep that one instead.
Well, Amazon on the final Amazon Prime Day sent me this notification to my tab. It said, buy again on Amazon Prime deals. Get it cheaper than what you paid last time. Every fucking item was more expensive. Like, Laura's Pepsi, 24 cans is only £10.50. They wanted £16.50 today. I ain't falling for that crap.
Cheaper than that at Iceland.
I know.
Yeah, it's the Echo Show. 8, third generation, came out last year.
72 cans of Dr. Pepper for 24 quid. I don't know if Dominic's actually talking to us because he's muted.
I didn't realize I was muted. Sorry. How much are they normally? 72.
18 cans is only £6.50.
Oh, okay. I got to unmute myself.
Times it. 20.
So
19.
So it's equivalent £6.50 4 times.
26.
Yeah. Hey, that doesn't sound like a good deal now. I need to go and check farm fees. It's supposed to be get so many, you get a crate free.
Oh,
Hey,
nice.
how big is a pack?
24.
And how much does it cost?
There's 24 in a pack, but you get 3 crates of it for 24 quid.
Not bad.
Even better if you delivered it.
Which is about $30.
It's like pretty much like, well, no. About what we'd pay over here if you bought them on regular price. Because I do buy one, get ones too on 12 packs all the time.
Yeah, the annoying thing about it is if you buy them with a takeout, they charge you £2 a can.
Oh yeah, because I gotta make money off of this one. Trying to make money. It's like if you buy a 2-liter at the store, you'll pay like probably what two something tax. But
Depends on what it is. Anything from 180 to 250 to 270 over here for a 2-liter.
Sometimes you can catch Walmart does deals sometimes where they put them down for $1. Coke and Pepsi will do a deal one day where there'll be $1 a 2-liter.
You're not likely to get 2-liter that cheap.
Pepsi's gone expensive over here.
That's when all the mom and pop gas stations go into Walmart and rate it for the 2 liters.
Yeah.
Deal on them. Then they go and mark them up to $4 or $5 for a 2-liter at their store.
When I worked at Asda, we caught this guy. He was buying all the reduced to clear bread, and he was repackaging in his own branded label bags.
Well done.
And changing the dates.
They do, though they don't make a very big profit off of Coke and Pepsi over here. Like that, when I worked at Walmart, that was one of our products that
Loss,
was like
what
had
they
the
call loss
lowest return on
chasers.
it.
Mm.
It was like we only made, I think,
Loss
two-
leaders, that's the one.
we
Yeah.
only made like 2 or 3 cents per 12 pack, and it was like 6 or 8 cents per 24 pack, and that was it. It was really small. I mean, but the amount that Walmart moves, though, it's, you know, that's hundreds of millions of dollars a year, if not billions.
Yeah.
But still, it's not a very big profit margin. So a lot of mom and pop stores, they won't use, a lot of them won't use the companies come in and fill their stuff because they don't make any money off of it. So they'll go to like Costco or Sam's Club or Walmart when they have deals, and they'll buy it out.
Yeah, they buy the stuff that's not already price marked.
Like, because they'll pay like, you know, $2 a 2-liter by using a vendor, versus they can go and find them for cheap for $1 and save themselves. That gives them $1 more profit.
Tell you what's one's got expensive. The wholesaler's macro.
Mm.
Really expensive. I don't even know how these corner shops make a profit off them.
Macro.
Yeah.
I haven't seen one of them for God knows how many years.
Oh, we got one down the road from us.
Oh, what?
Macro wholesalers.
Never heard of
We've
them.
got Booker's.
Booker T?
No,
No.
Booker Cash and Carry.
Booker's. They're a bit like a Costco.
Yeah, the wholesalers.
Oh. We call them bulk food stores.
Well, the main wholesale is for the shops to go and buy from, rather than retail. You have to provide proof that you actually own a shop and run a business to be able to buy from most wholesale places.
Yeah, Laura, because Laura runs a crochet group, she can actually sign up.
Yeah, I believe
Can she? Because
Costco.
provide invoices.
It's because it's a community group.
Yeah.
All right. Oh,
So
my
she-
sister will be.
All she has to do is say, "I'm buying tea bags for the group," and, and then she can just buy anything in there. It's like they don't check. I'm sure that somewhere must go, she owns a crochet group, but she's walking out with 50 microwaves.
Exactly.
My sister should be able to do that then, 'cause she runs a leatherwork community group.
Yeah.
From the allotment. I mean, we used to get stuff from Booker's for our works tuck shop. We had a tuck shop in our office that served the whole building, and we actually used one of the lads' dad's card because he owned an Pakistani that owned an Italian restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that Sam's Club and Walmart, or Sam's Club and Costco, I think they have personal accounts and then business accounts, and I think the business accounts get
Yeah,
deals.
Sam's Club has business accounts and personal accounts.
Right, and the
Yeah.
business accounts, they get better deals on stuff.
My sister met this guy on a dating app, and we still to today haven't worked out what the scam was, because he started off. He was doing Booker's cash and carry. He was cashing checks for £100, and they don't need a check guarantee card for that. So you could just write him a check and he'd walk off with £100 worth of stock, and they never checked. And then after a couple of months, he'd just change his company name. And then
Interesting.
he did BT out of £36,000 worth of telephones, which to this day we still don't know how he got away with. But
Booker's
then,
do cigarettes and wines and spirits as well.
yeah, but he actually married my sister and then left her after the wedding. The same day, but left her after the wedding. He walked out. Right. I think you're meant to walk away before the wedding.
No, because then she's got his second name and his address, so he can then set it up with her name rather than his name.
Was this your sister, David?
Yeah, she was married to him up to.
Well, when you
still
went to
married
the
to
wedding
him.
reception, he must have met you, and that was it, huh?
No, because there weren't a wedding reception. It was the most weirdest of weddings. We just got told she was getting married and it was like, when? Where? Right now at the registry office. It's like, okay.
Wow.
Are you going to invite anyone? No. Oh,
Was
okay.
he foreign?
Then. And then that night, when I went round, she said, he's gone. I went, what do you mean he's gone? He went, came back from the wedding, packed his bags and went.
Yeah.
Was he foreign?
What was he here on a visa?
No.
Because you know, a lot of that happens because they have to marry a citizen in order to stay and keep their citizenship.
Yeah, but you have to, like over
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
you have to actually prove it for more than like a year or two before they'll
Yeah.
actually approve it.
Yeah. Well,
Like they'll come and do interviews with you and stuff and check in on you
Yeah,
to make
you,
sure.
you can't get a residential visa or an indefinite leave to stay until you've been with the person for 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, over here, I think it's like a minimum a year and actually come and randomly check on you and do interviews with you and shit like that. And make sure you're still living together and all that stuff.
Well, the funny thing was, a couple of days after he left, the police turned up looking for him because of what he did to BT. And my sister was like, well, he never did it at this address. He went, no, he did it at his own address, but we're trying to find him. She went, well, this is what he did, and thingy, which confused the hell out of the police. And they kept coming back to check. And the day the police came, I went into town and I went past Cash Converters, which is like your thrift store.
Yeah.
And you should have seen all the phones in the window. I was like, well, I know where he got rid of them. Because they were just literally stacked in the window. You'd have thought they'd have checked they weren't fucking stolen.
Yeah, you could have grassed him up.
Well, they weren't officially.
Well, true. But it was
If you
there for
could,
months in the window.
if you could do that a day after you got married, Pete, that would be the ultimate loophole. People would be exploiting the shit out of that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I know over here, I think it's a minimum a year you have to be with somebody when you marry them.
Yeah.
Well,
that.
one of our family, well, Laura's family's friends, he's got married to an American. And he went over there, and after 3 months, America went, hell no, get the fuck out, sent him home. So she came back with him, and after 3 months, they went, I don't think so, and sent her back home, and now they're back and forth between each country. It's costing them a fucking fortune, and they thought she was going to be able to come over here and use our free NHS to get medical treatment. Oh, no, that's not how it works. They'll treat you over here, but they'll still bill you.
Oh, like I said, the
Well,
lady I worked with at Walmart,
they
she
will
was here
bill the
for 20
US.
years. She was here for 20 years on a work visa, and she was married to her husband for 20 years. And they didn't get citizenship right off the bat just because she married him. She actually still had to go get it. It just got her foot in the door quicker than a normal person would be.
Yeah.
That's all it did. She just never went and did it. She just put it off for that long and then decided to do it finally. But like I said, all that did was get her at the top of the list versus somebody that's just coming into the country trying to get it out of nowhere.
Well, they
Yeah.
just had a guy that
The problem with that is if he died before she got her citizenship, they would have sent her back home again.
Yeah. Well, we've had a few of them stories where the mother's died and the husband's been told, no, you don't have a right to stay here. So they're getting deported. But because the kids were born here, they get to stay here. and it can fuck the whole family up.
Yeah, there's people that do that. They'll come through customs here like 8 months pregnant, trying to get in so they can have their kid here.
Yeah.
But that doesn't always work because there have been parents here that have been deported back to other countries and their kids were stuck with other family members there. It has
Yeah.
happened. It doesn't always give you a ability to stay here.
Well, it doesn't over here. Your kids can stay, but you don't.
Mm.
And they've
Right,
just had a
like I
guy
said,
in the Home Office. He's been working in the Home Office since 1977, and last year they gave him a notice that he had to leave the country. And it's like he's actually working for the Immigration Department in the Home Office, and he's just been granted leave to stay, which is a weird thing to call it, leave to stay.
Indefinite leave to remain, it's called.
Well, they called it leave to stay in the news article.
Because we had to get one for Maurice.
Yeah, so he's allowed to stay now.
Mm.
They're just reporting in Detroit that a 3-year-old toddler was killed by a school bus.
Nah.
Wow.
I hope they charged a school bus.
Mm.
Depends. Did the little kid, unintentionally just run out in the middle of the road?
Well, at 3 years old, he's not in school yet. And I would imagine he saw the other kids heading for the school bus, and he ran out there and got hit by the bus.
Or the parents weren't paying. It should, honestly, depending on the situation, that may fall on the parents because they may not have been
It's either
paying
that
attention.
or he's running to meet one of his brothers or sisters getting off the bus.
Yeah. Not a very good situation.
I mean, there's been cases I've seen over body cam footage of cops showing up to somebody calling 911 because the damn kid was just out walking the streets. The parents were passed out on drugs or something on the inside of the house. And their kid got out, was just walking the neighborhood, little 2 and 3-year-olds. And there was one time when I was a kid, when I was probably about 10 or 11 years old, I'll never forget this. Me and my dad were driving down the highway. Or it was not a highway, but the main thoroughway through the city where we lived.
The main drag.
Yeah, and it was
Didn't you have a case over
3-lane highway each way, and there was a little toddler walking out in the middle of it. And my dad flipped on his lights and sirens and stopped traffic, grabbed the kid up, called the sheriffs, and they showed up. They found the parents passed out in the house. And taking the kid and arresting him for it.
Didn't you have a case where a toddler actually got hold of his dad's gun and shot his brother and his dad?
Yeah, I think he shot his brother. I don't think he shot his dad. I think it was
Sure,
just his
one
brother.
way
I know
shot
who
his
you're
brother
talking
and
about,
dad.
though. It was, I think it was just the dad's gun, but I'm pretty sure it was just the brother he shot. Because they were playing with it. They didn't realize
Yeah.
they were both really little.
It happens a lot.
So
there's
be
been-
kept- should be kept with the safety on.
Well, you shouldn't have it sitting out. I mean,
If you got young kids, you should have it locked.
Yeah.
If you have it sitting out, you have it with you. But you still should have a safety on it, at least.
right, have it locked up, exactly.
Yeah.
The world is full of.
And you can actually get in trouble for that too. There's been cases where kids have, some of these school shooters have literally, that's how they got a hold of a gun. Parents didn't have it locked up properly.
Yep.
They got their hands on it and took it to school.
Yeah, there was a teacher shot, weren't there, a few years back as well? I think that was in Texas.
And the parents got charged for it because they didn't have the gun properly locked up.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see what's going to happen to the parents of this guy with Trump because they called the police an hour before everything went down and told the police that they were looking for the son, couldn't find him, and that the dad had gone in the room and noticed that the AR was missing and 100 rounds of ammunition.
Yeah, but
100. What the fucking hell did he need 100 rounds of ammunition for?
He was
They
probably going
also
to do a
had
lot more than he
bombs
that's
did.
not a lot
too.
of ammo over
Marky
here.
had bombs with him too.
Yeah, he actually had his car bombed up, and next to him, they found a detonator right there next to him.
Well, it's
Well-
actually not a lot of ammo over here. Most people
It's
have
not, but
thousands.
it's
Yeah, 100
luckily,
rounds, nothing.
luckily
It's a
the
lot
sniper had a better shot than he
one
had.
person,
Yeah.
and
Just
it'll take quite a bit of reloading.
yeah. Well,
No,
luckily the
reloaded,
sniper
nothing
had,
to it.
yeah. the
Probably had
sniper a
magazines.
better,
loaded. That's
shot
5
than he had.
magazines. In an AR, he could have it in 5 magazines or 3 magazines.
Yeah.
Depends on the magazine. See, in my
Well,
case, if I brought,
the more the information that comes out, the more confusing it is, Joe. You and I have talked about that this morning.
oh, I'm telling you, the more conspiracy it's coming out to me.
You, Joe, how many people are likely to have 5 magazines for their rifle?
Over here, a lot.
Yeah, over here, everybody. I'm sorry. We gotta
Crazy.
realize when you're talking about the United States. Over here, everybody got 5
Yeah.
5 magazines.
Mark, you've got to look at it this way. In the UK supermarket, when you get to the checkout, you've got all the sweets. In America, you get to the checkout, it's all magazines for the guns.
Might as well be.
Magazine rack.
You go in Academy Sports, they got one whole aisle, nothing but magazines.
That was like that episode of Family Guy where they were making fun of that, and they were when Brian moves to Texas and he goes to a liquor store and he's like, "Oh, here's your free gun with your bottle of liquor." He goes, "What?"
Yeah.
He goes, "Yeah, you get a free gun every time you buy a bottle of liquor." And he hands him
Every time you buy a bottle.
Which
See, the
magazine
difference
you want?
is, like the magazines I have hold 12. That's for the 9mm. But if I'm using the 357, it holds 5 shots. I've got 5 speed loaders. But if you had to load them one by one, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd
Look,
be surprised.
I can just imagine that. You get to the counter. Which magazine do you want? All of Penthouse.
Yeah. Penthouse and
You'd be
Playboy, that's more
surprised
my
how many-
magazine.
Yeah, I sold
Yeah.
that gun I showed you today, Joe, to a collector.
Oh,
You
great.
did?
Oh, good.
What'd you get
No,
for
you'd
it?
be surprised at
$350.
how many
That's
guns
all right.
people have.
And
on
he
this
looked
stuff.
it up, and it was manufactured in 1889.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's what I figured.
Yeah, I was just going to say it was somewhere between 1871 and 1898 because that's when the name of the company changed.
Yep.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
don't worry,
Yeah, if I
Paul,
live,
Paul knew all this and how old it was because he was around when he bought it.
yeah, if I lived closer to you, I'd have bought it from you.
Hold on, what did you sell?
A
Again,
sold a gun today.
London Wadsworth revolver.
Did you
5
check to
shots
see
there.
what the price of it was going for before you sold it?
Yeah,
There's the
between
gun.
yeah,
between 170
Right,
and
that's enough, Paul.
225.
not when you get your stream taken down. Because of YouTube and its stupid AI.
They began manufacturing in 1871. And the gun maker that owned the company was Ethan Allen, the same one that did furniture.
Furniture. Yeah.
Ethan Allen owned it originally. He was the father-in-law of Forland.
So back in them days,
Then
you bought a sulfur
then
and you got a free gun with it.
Then it became Forland and Wadsworth.
Or you buy a gun, get a free sulfur.
Then after that, it was taken over by Hopkins.
Well, anyway, the guy he's an older guy. He lives here in town. He collects them.
What?
He just whipped up 3 $100 bills and a $50 bill.
Good
That's what
price.
he gave you, $350.
Yep.
That's a good deal.
Twice as much as we saw that it would have been worth when we looked it up on Guns and Ammo.
Mm.
Well, the thing of it is he says you don't know how rare this gun is.
Yeah.
Well, that's
And then you went, well, you don't know how rare these $100 bills are, so you start handing them.
And I told him, I said, I have no use for it, and I'd rather pass it on to you. he was excited. He's gonna get to work on it.
See, this is a missed opportunity. You see, you both missed an opportunity there. You said, well, I only have a use for this gun. I'd have been like, I've only got one use for this gun. Empty the wallet. Yeah. Or he
David-
could have taken the gun off you and said,
David, we
I
would,
got a use for the gun.
we would
Bye.
all send you postcards in prison for that.
well, I'll be getting some post then.
They'll be saying, "Do you remember David? Oh yeah, he was locked up 20 years ago."
Yeah, David, although guns are allowed over here, it is frowned upon to rob people.
He didn't mean rob, he meant charging more for it.
Yes.
No, he meant rob.
Now, as
No,
in, you said it was rare. I'd have been like, yeah, so are these $100 bills. They're rare, so start handing them over.
Well, yeah, but while you're handing, you
Empty
said
the
while
wallet.
you had the gun in your hand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
empty the wallet. He needs to see the gun.
It didn't work, did it?
I'm happy with
wasn't-
what I got.
It wasn't
Well,
low,
that-
and it didn't work.
It was made in 1800. Since it's over 50 years old, you could actually sell that one without paperwork or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has to be before a certain date.
Yeah,
Which
anything
state
over,
has the most
anything
lax
over 50
laws?
years. Yeah, it used to be a certain date. Now they changed it to 50 years.
Like, it's 130 years old.
Yeah, it's considered a relic or an antique now. So it's not considered. It's
Well,
still
if
a
you
firearm,
think
but they
about
don't
it,
consider
about
it that.
10 years before that, they were still manufacturing flintlocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, which state in the US has the most lax gun laws?
Montana.
Montana.
I think Montana's the one where that guy has Tyson and all that shit, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Montana's the #1 state with the most weapons per capita.
Oh, okay.
With all the advanced weapons they use on Fortnite, what's the latest gun they've added, Justin? A flintlock?
Yeah. No,
Hey, sometimes you got to go back to basics.
now
Yeah.
Florida has the most concealed weapons per capita than any
Was
other.
it American Dad that did the
Which
skit?
is kind of
with
funny because they
um,
always portray Texas as this big gun state, which it is, but there's other states that have far more weapons.
Yeah, don't know if it was
Yeah,
American
Texas does.
Dad or Family Guy that did the skit with the guns where he goes, "You call that a gun?" And he gets a bigger one out, and he goes, "You call that a gun?" He gets a bigger one, and next thing you know, they got rocket launchers and all sorts.
Yeah, that sounds like American Dad.
Yeah, when you showed that one this morning, and I looked at it, I was thinking, man, how in the hell can I buy this from him? I was
Yeah,
saying,
'cause you won't-
it's too
you won't be allowed-
close.
Are you allowed to send it in the post?
He was tickled to death to get it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's illegal to send a gun through the mail. I think what you have to do is you have to take it to a gun store and they have to ship it to a gun store in your area. I
No,
think is how
no,
do
you
it.
could actually take that firearm, put it in a priority box at the mail, like a postal box, and mail it direct.
Fahrenheit in a low of 54 degrees.
It does not have to have anything about being a weapon on it or anything. As long as you don't have ammunition in it, you can mail it direct. Now, if it goes to a manufacturer and the manufacturer repairs it, they can send it directly back to you. If they have to make a serial number change, it has to go to a gun store to be run.
Meanwhile, over in the UK, we're not allowed to send a fucking pencil battery in the post.
I think if you order a gun
Well,
from a
that's because you
manufacturer, it
live
has
in
to
a
go to
dangerous
gun store as
Yeah.
society.
well.
You order it from a manufacturer. If it isn't your gun, if you're buying it, you have to have a background. If, like I said, when I sent mine back to Taurus, they were able to send it right back to me, and I just stuck it in a priority box.
Mm.
And it's wait, let me take a step back. I had to go through UPS. I had to go through UPS with it. I couldn't put it in a priority box with the US mail because I didn't have a federal firearms license. If you have a federal firearms license, you can mail it through the mail. If you don't, you got to go through UPS. But it can still be sent direct.
You have to notify them it's a weapon, or you just stick it in
Yeah,
there and send it?
UPS, you have to tell them, you actually have to bring it in and show it to them and box it up right there. So you go walking into UPS with a gun in your hand.
Well, I don't know if I'd have it in my hand, maybe a case.
Well, I walked in there with it in a holster, and I said, "Here, I got to send this." Took it out, showed them I had no weapon, nothing in it. We put it in the box, sent it on. About a week and a half later, knocked on my door, handed me my weapon.
That's why I told Paul when he said couldn't remember how to unload that gun. I said, take it to a gun store, but take it inside the case and hand them the case and tell them your situation and let them open it, and then they'll deal with it then. But you don't walk in there with it in your fucking hand. They're liable to pull their guns out and shoot you.
You don't walk into a gun store with a gun on you. If you got it on you, it's on your hip, they won't say much. Sometimes they'll tell you, do not come in with a loaded weapon.
People are brave though. There have been people that have gone in and tried to rob gun stores, and I'm like, you're fucking nuts.
Well, you're stupid.
Like, there have been people that have done it, and they've either gotten shot or they barely made it out.
Well, yeah. I mean, no matter how many guns you take, they've got more weapons than you fucking can carry.
Yeah, but none of them are loaded.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, I bet they have one or two loaded behind that counter.
No,
if you have 3 people working in a gun store, all of them have one on their hip loaded.
Yeah, but I mean the ones that are on display aren't loaded.
Yeah, they're not loaded, but trust me, they got a little right here about let's see, about 200 steps from me is a place called Arms Merchant that sells. It's right next to where I used to work. You walk through the fence, go right around to the little complex right there. It's a little shopping center, and it's Arms Merchant. When you walk in the place, they got a sign: "Do not come in with loaded weapons." It says that. And when you come in there, everybody's looking at you. If you're coming in with a gun, you say you got to have it like the bolt open to show them. Don't come in with a revolver unless the barrel's open. I mean, the barrel and the cylinder is open. But you got to come in and let them know that, you know. Or it comes in the case.
Like the gun store over here down the street from my house, like others. If you walk in there, they all have guns on their sides. Because they can legally open carry inside the building.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because I used to go over there, and when I was at lunchtime, I used to run over there and see the new stuff they had coming in all the time.
Have the quick draw one with the spring loaded thing that throws a Derringer out of your sleeve into your hand.
When you go in there to look at a gun, they'll hand it to you, but it won't definitely isn't loaded or anything. Like if it's one that's on display and you want to look at it, they'll pull it out and they'll let you hold it and everything.
No, it was in a few cowboy films, that one. An automatic draw thing that fitted to the forearm, and they just pressed something and it actually sprung a gun out through the sleeve down into the hand.
Yeah, that was actually a real thing back in the day.
It was.
They had it, one bunch of movies have done that.
Yeah.
Where's everybody in the chat?
Yeah, the chat's gone quiet.
Well, but I know.
We read that boring? Well, no, I am, but.
Gitchy's still there. Hi, Dominic, Joe, everyone.
Yeah, that's been a while.
Yeah, that was
Been
at
about an hour.
5:34. It's 6:21.
Yeah.
There's Johnny.
Hey,
Someone's
Johnny.
I mean,
Johnny, what's
nobody
up?
said anything since then.
Johnny
No.
Drone Buyer.
Hi, Johnny.
Johnny Drone Buyer.
Yeah.
A little too hot for you guys to go fly, isn't it?
It was raining. It's been raining all day.
Oh, has it? Okay.
Yeah, we've been having lightning and all kind of crap. Knocked my electricity out for a minute.
Yeah, Laura's got some nice weather for drone flying. She just can't go.
did Johnny get himself the Drone Nation deal of the day from Amazon Prime?
No, he didn't buy that.
The DJI Mini 4K.
No, he don't need it.
$279 or something.
That's
Yeah,
the
it's $279, but he don't need that.
East
He's got
Coast
the-
Thrills.
So Biden is just tested positive for COVID.
oh no.
Gee,
It's
Phil,
probably the
Well,
only
another
thing.
conspiracy now.
It's probably the only thing test he's passed
well,
in years.
you know what? It could be a conspiracy. It could be the Democrats want to give him a reason to drop out.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
But whatever it is, take it.
Oh, it's going to be a.
No, because that leaves us with Camilla.
That
No.
don't matter. It's only for a little while.
You won't get
So-
Camilla.
So if Biden drops out, Camilla automatically takes his place and then has
No.
to pick her own vice.
Until January the 20th, yes.
As if he resigns.
Yeah, he
But
may
he's not-
stay.
He won't.
He may
he
stay
won't
as
resign.
president. He won't leave that, but he may drop out the race.
Oh yeah, he'll stay unless he dies, of course.
Yeah, but then it'll be like a Weekend at Bernie scene where you just keep him going.
Yeah, they'll be wheeling him
Propped
round.
up in a chair.
Well, we already have that. That's already happening.
Yeah, he's already tied to a sack truck.
No, but I'm thinking this might be the thing where you never know. You know, Elvis is alive, and so is Prince, and so is Michael.
Yeah.
So you know, there's a good chance that they're gonna fake his death too.
It amazes me how many people claim they've seen Elvis, and he
Elvis
still
is
looks like he did the day he died. Surely the fuck
No, you
age.
don't. Elvis is Bill Grace. We all know
They
that.
they got some great impersonators though that look like him. Talk like
Elvis is alive and works in a chip shop in Basingstoke.
Yeah.
but they make a lot of money, those impersonators, the good ones.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
the
Elvis
89.
lives. I think it's what is it, Ohio?
Yeah.
Where,
Bill Grace he lives up
Was-
there.
where
Right,
did the
Justin?
song say it was? There's a guy works down the chip shop, swears he's Elvis.
Well,
Yeah.
Did
there's
you say,
actually
Justin?
there's one guy here in the U.S. that actually has been the center of
We can
Elvis
hardly hear
conspiracy.
you, buddy. Are
Bill
you
Grace.
away from
On
the mic?
Mars.
Yeah, I think he was a pastor or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bob
that's his
Joyce.
Bob
Oh,
Joyce.
Bob
I thought it was
Joyce.
Bill. Yes, that's right.
Bob
Bill
Joyce.
Grace, the guy from what you call it,
Yeah,
Bob
well,
Joyce. That's who it is.
East
Pastor
Coast,
Bob Joyce. He's
East Coast-
basically the same age as Elvis would be, 89.
yeah. And East Coast said Elvis is back with his people on Mars.
Mhm.
It's Bob Joyce.
Bobbers.
So
We had one the other week when me and Laura was up at the hospital. This guy come out of the A&E department. He was literally dressed like Elvis. He went, Elvis has left A&E. And walked out and he got run over. And he just looked and he went, nearly gone back.
God. Let's see
That's
something.
just a normal day in Basildon. What am I talking
That's
about?
not gonna work.
See you look.
Okay, let's go back.
Oh.
Electric I've used today. I'm not using any gas. Well, I've used £3.15 worth of electric and 40 pence of gas.
Oh, okay.
Are you using any gas?
Hey,
What are you using gas on?
hot water.
Sod that, shower in cold water, and
No,
Oh.
my shower's electric.
so what are you using?
40 pence in gas.
Yeah.
What do you mean your shower's electric?
My shower is electric.
An electric power shower. It's powered by electric.
The
It heats
fuck
the
is it?
water up.
Has
By
an electric. It has an electric heater in it,
And it
Yeah.
heats,
so it warms the water up on its own.
yeah. As the
Just has
water's
a
going
cold-
through, it
it
heats
has
it
a
up.
cold feed to it, and you set the
Instantaneous.
temperature you want it to warm it to.
I
Yeah.
There
already
you go.
in two different ways of heating water. That's kind of weird.
This is the crew of Rolling Elvi during
Mm.
Mardi Gras.
If I have a bath, then the water for that comes through the tap, and that is heated by the gas boiler.
Yeah.
The only other thing I've got would be the central heating, which runs from the gas boiler.
Mm.
Yeah, that's the crew of Rolling Elvi.
Washing
Oh, brilliant.
machine, dishwasher, my shower, all have cold water feeds and heat their own water up.
Yeah, instantaneous hot water.
Oh, you can do that with a tankless hot water heater.
Just call it different things.
Hey, I'm looking forward to this new law they brought bringing in over here. If you
Mhm.
spot one little drop of mold, the council have 24 hours to fix the mold and what's causing the mold.
Mhm.
And if not, they've got to pay you. I've got
Yeah,
a
but you
feeling
got-
there's going to be a lot of social housing getting knocked down.
The main
That's-
reason for mold in people's bathrooms is because they don't frigging clean it.
Or they don't put the fans on when they're in the bath.
Could be a water leak, anything. My brother had a water leak after Katrina, and it was coming in right in the back of the area in the bathroom, and he had one area that it's sort of turned to black mold, and he didn't know what to do. I said, well, let's go up, I'll show you. We'll go ahead and try to remediate ourselves. And we cut it
Well,
all out, cleaned it up, everything else, and we couldn't find the leak anywhere. We just figured it was just from being, moisture in there. And we went through, cleaned it up, and everything, put it back together. Within a week, it was back. We had to go figure out where it was, and it was actually coming in from the roof.
Do like most people, just paint over it.
Mm.
Yeah,
That's what they do over
kiln
here.
paint works all the time.
Yeah, that's what they do over here. They paint it with mold paint, and then they go, "That'll do. It'll be back tomorrow." Nah, it'll be fine.
Just use Sif.
Yeah, but the council don't have time to wash it down and paint it, and then paint it. No, they just paint straight over the mold.
Yeah,
If there's mold to where it's seeping through the walls, then it's in the walls. You got to rip the walls out and actually
Yeah.
have a team come in and clean it out and treat it.
No, in most bathrooms, it's just the grout that's gone mouldy.
Mm.
But that's different. That's a different type of mold. We're not talking about grout mold or silicon mold.
black mold.
We're talking black mold on walls in bedrooms and living rooms.
Yeah, that stuff's crazy crap.
Yeah, you got to.
That stuff is seriously bad.
Yeah, you should have a professional
yeah.
crew actually come in and deal with that when it does that. Not.
Yeah, I put it like this. I'll never fool with it again.
Well, because like I said, if it starts seeping through the walls, that's when you have to literally rip the drywall out, and you have to figure out where it's at and all that.
No. You don't rip the drywall out. You rip the wet wall out because the drywall's wet.
Yeah. Drywall.
Can't call it drywall if it's got mold on it.
Well, I think isn't the term wet wall means the wall in like a shower in a bathroom or whatever?
Special, I think there's.
We call that a
there
wet
like
room.
I think there's special drywall you're supposed to use in a bathroom anyway. I don't think it's
Yeah,
standard
for
drywall.
showers and that kind of thing.
No, over
I
here
remember
it's
what
just
it's called.
standard plasterboard or what you call drywall, and then we just tile over it.
Mm.
but it has to be tile from floor to ceiling. But we've got a wet room, and the amount of people with wet rooms over here going, "How the floor goes all black and all sticky." When you've finished in the shower, yeah, so much of the water does go down the drain. That's a general idea. But some of it will splash up and go in places it's not meant to. So you're supposed to get the mop out and mop the floor. And if you do that, you don't get mold buildup or any gunk or anything.
Okay, that's what I was thinking of. It's called green board. That's the one that they tend to use over here in bathrooms. It's moisture resistant, but not fully waterproof. But they also have what they call white board, which is standard drywall, green board, and then they have blue board, which is moisture resistant for veneer plastering, purple board, moisture, mold, and mildew resistant, paperless drywall, which is moisture resistant, and type X drywall, which is fire resistant. So that's all your different types of drywall.
All right.
Yeah, we just
How
call
loud do you
it
need that?
rather than drywall.
I remember over here, you remember, Joe, what was about, what was that, about 10 years ago when they had to, there was like 1 million homes or something that got that cheap ass Chinese drywall put in it, and they had to go around and rip it all out.
Yeah, I remember that.
There was a
Yep.
massive nationwide recall on it, and there was like over 1 million or 2 million homes that had it in there.
Yep,
And
that was everywhere.
had to go in and rip it out because it was causing all kinds of mold and issues and stuff.
Tell you what puzzled me. Last year, there was a massive case of rack concrete, which is like a thin concrete that they use for ceilings and roofs, and then they covered it over. But if it got damp, it would bow. And then it had a lifespan of 25 years. But they kept building it in school, using it in schools and stuff. It's like, duh, yeah, it's cheap, but you're going to have to replace it. But schools obviously never. And then schools started falling down. All of a sudden, it's gone. It's like we had all these buildings that were condemned. You can't use that. You can't use that room. You know, all your social housing had to be checked if it had a flat roof like ours. And all of a sudden, it's been brushed under the carpet. Just waiting for a school to collapse somewhere. And then it can make the headlines again. It's same with the fire resistant cladding. That's quite
Oh yeah, we have that problem here.
That one fire in London spread out right across the world.
So this drywall, it was back in 2007, and it doesn't says just all over. It was in 45 different states. So it was millions of homes, but it was the 5 or 4 main things that it was doing was it was causing a rotten egg smell within the home, corrosion or blackening of pipes and other metal items within the walls, or frequent failures of air conditioning units and other appliances and electronics.
The hell?
And health problems such as asthma, coughing, headaches, sore throats, and irritated eyes. And it was because it had more, what did it say up here? What was it? Something about it had some kind of chemicals in it. Think about the people who worked in the factories over in China that were doing that shit.
They don't give a shit, did they?
Oh, the contaminated drywall has high levels of sulfur. Is what it was. So it was like really high levels of sulfur, which was actually causing medical issues and all shit.
Yeah, they also announced today they're going to ban 0-hour contracts.
No.
Which is great. But one company's already on the ball and he's offering 1-hour contracts. Oh,
yeah.
What's crazy is the 5 main components with for some reason in the house was central air conditioning, evaporator coils, refrigerators, dishwashers, televisions, and game systems. seemed to be affected by it as well. Those were the 5 main, like, appliance things in your house that it would fuck with. That's weird. That sulfur would cause that.
Yeah, I'm not convinced now. I reckon it was another one of them conspiracy. They were spying on us through the drywall.
Yeah.
No, sulfur will attack the copper pipes.
Oh yeah, I know it would.
It was actually considered a
An aerial to China.
and then it's also suspected that thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of additional homes were built built in China as well, using the same drywall.
Yeah. There was a scandal over here, the Crown Paint, and people was painting it and it was fine, but after 6 months it went like an eggy and fishy.
Donald.
Donald's back.
Yes, I'm back.
I'm done. Is it all back together and not leaking?
It's back together and not leaking right now, but I haven't lowered it down to where it could leak. I still have to put the axle nut on. But my wife is heading home, wanted me to start baking. We're gonna do BLTs tonight, so I'm taking a break, fixing bacon, and I'll go down and torque down the axle nut, and then it should be ready to put.
What he meant to say is he's under the thumb. The wife's on the way home.
Joe, are you gonna be there for a while?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be here for a little while.
Okay, because I'm gonna run an errand and I'll be back.
You're gonna have to.
David, I like how you say that, like you think you're catching me at something.
No.
Yeah.
Every man that's got a wife's under the thumb. In fact, every man that's got a partner's under the thumb, including me.
Every wife has a man under their thumb.
I'm not
About to
under
get hit in the
anybody's
back of the head.
thumb, but she's been at work all day. I was out in the garage. She said, "Can you start baking?" And I said yes, because the right thing to do to get dinner ready. If I was at work and she was home, I think she would start early too. It's not about being under anybody's thumb. It's about being a partner.
Good song, that. Godly and Cream.
And if I leave it up to her to cook the bacon, she'll throw the bacon grease out.
Are you gonna do BLTs wrapped in bacon?
You what?
Are you gonna do BLTs wrapped in bacon?
No.
At least wrap the bacon in bacon.
That's a bit extreme. Do we have avocado?
Love avocado.
I do not have any avocados in here. Darn it.
Yeah, I love avocados on BLTs. Slice it nice thin.
Yeah, I don't have any. Oh, let me see here. Do I have?
Sir,
My
yes,
wife
sir,
is so awesome. I don't have any avocados, but she went and got already
Hey, nothing wrong
pureed
with that.
avocado.
Yeah, that's the kind I like right there.
I like my avocado with a little bit of chunky in it.
Yeah, I like the chunky one. That's the regular mild, right?
Oh, it's just
That wasn't even guacamole. That was just avocado.
yeah, it's just blended up avocado.
Yeah.
But I actually prefer buying that kind because you can just spread it on the bread like the mayonnaise.
Yep.
It's a little easier.
Yeah. Normally when I do BLTs with sliced avocado, you always have a piece of avocado squirting out onto your plate.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
shoot out because it's so slimy. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. But in answer to auto repair, after dinner's done, I'll go down. All I gotta do is tighten up the gland nut, brakes and everything. The hub's on. The gland nut's started. I just need to torque it down, and not the gland nut, the hub nut.
Mm-hmm.
Torque it down and get tire back on, and I can drop it and let it sit overnight. Problem is, you can't really look inside and see if it's leaking without taking it all the way back apart.
Mm.
But what I can do is clean up the wheel and keep an eye on it and see if I get any drips. I'll run it tomorrow and let it sit overnight.
Kind of bacon, bacon.
What kind of bacon? I believe it's
Yeah.
pig bacon.
Well, I mean, is it
Yeah.
like maple? Is it thick bacon? Is it pepper bacon? Come on now.
Turkey bacon.
I like that. Oh, gross. All right, you just.
This is
ruined it.
hickory smoked bacon.
Okay. Gross. Turkey bacon has. You know, we can't even call it bacon. Turkey
Hi, Dusty.
strip don't belong on a BLT.
All you got to do with turkey bacon is take a couple pieces of cardboard and stick it up in it.
Mhm.
God darn it. Somebody needs to stand behind him. They show Biden walking up the back stairs of Air Force One because you can't do the front stairs anymore. And he gets up there, takes
Surprised you
about
don't
3
have an
steps.
escalator for him.
He has to stop and just kind of, he wobbles. Then he takes a couple steps and he's wobbling.
Wow.
I'm waiting for him to roll his ass back down.
To be fair though, those steps are fucking steep as shit on the Air Force One now.
Oh yeah, but that's like my son's steps at the apartment. If freaking steps are like a foot wide, and they go on an angle, same height as mine, but they're on a crazy angle. I got out of breath walking up them things.
Yeah, I think all presidents should be able to get on and off Air Force One on those steps unassisted. That's why I think we should only elect circus performers.
I agree.
Because I think
Based the presidency strictly on agility.
While juggling.
because there's
Yeah.
been quite a few presidents over the years that have tripped on those stairs going up and down them.
Oh yeah, Ford was famous for it.
Yeah.
I want to say Bush tripped a couple of times on there too, back when the second Bush, but George W. Bush. I
Oh.
think he tripped once or twice.
Yeah,
Stairs.
but if you remember, Taft, he slipped on Air Force One a lot.
Taft. What?
They should use
Yeah.
those.
I think Lincoln is the only president who never tripped on Air
Oh,
Force
for
One.
fuck's sake.
Yeah, I
Taft
knew that
couldn't
was
even
going.
fit on between the stairs. He was like
They should
400
use
pounds, wasn't he?
hydraulic lists that
Not
they
to
use
mention,
load cargo on.
not to mention, I shouldn't have to point out the obvious. Air Force One didn't exist, but anyway.
Yeah,
No,
that
you
was
shouldn't have to point out the obvious because that is the joke I was making.
Yeah, we know you're joking when you got a little slick smile going.
Technically,
Yeah,
there
I'm
was
just waiting to see who's gonna bite. Apparently, that was Justin's snack food today.
You didn't get me with that. I knew that wasn't
Tell me
right.
why the sun.
I had a feeling that George Washington didn't either.
Yeah, like I said, well, I think George Washington did slip a couple times on Air Force One.
The first Air Force One, I want to say, was like it was a DC-10, wasn't it? Well, small plane.
I thought it was a 707.
No, that's the new one. I'm talking about the one that they used back in. They had a plane that they used back in the like 60s or 70s. I
I'll
think
look
it
it
was
up
a
for you.
DC-10.
No
The
idea.
707s didn't come in until I think the 70s or 80s. I want to say they used a DC-10, I think, back in the day. Because there was a lot of presidents that back in like the 50s and before that, they were still using presidential trains to get around the country.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The very first one was a C-54 Skymaster, which is a DC-4.
Oh, DC.
You know, if I was president, I would bring back the presidential train.
Yeah, why not? I reckon that'd be really good.
I mean, how cool would that be? In fact, I'd probably never be at the White House. I'd just be traveling back and forth across the country on trains constantly.
Oh god, dude, that would be a nightmare for fucking the Secret Service, dude. They'd have to be like ahead of that train by like a couple hundred miles consistently, checking tracks and everything. Yes, oh god, that would be a fucking nightmare. Back then, they didn't give a shit about security like that. I mean, Kennedy's perfect example. That no president these days would be sitting in a fucking open car like that.
Yeah, wasn't that part of the plot of Wild Wild West with Will Smith?
Where they were,
I think so.
Yeah, well, he had a president. Yeah, one of the president had a train, and then so did what's his name, that played the scientist. He had his own train car too.
Hi, Tim.
The King and the Queen have their
Tim.
own train in the UK.
Actually, it would make more
Hey,
sense
Tim.
for the UK to have a train for the elites than it would here, because you guys have more areas where train tracks go where we've actually gotten rid of a lot. We don't cover as much. Like
Yeah,
small
you
towns
guys
and
could have a
stuff
royal
anymore.
longboat.
But
Yeah.
like
and travel
here,
the canals.
a lot of
Well,
the train tracks that used to go through small towns and stuff that aren't usable anymore.
Well, we had Britannia, the Royal Yacht.
Yeah, I'm thinking one of the longboats and just travel the canals.
A narrow boat,
Yeah,
not a longboat. A longboat
Yeah.
was
airboat. That's
Longboat.
right.
longboat was a Viking sailboat.
That's
What's
right.
those-
You know what I meant.
What's those one boats that they have, those houseboats with the real low profile that they drive through those tunnels and shit over in Europe?
That's what we were just talking about.
That's a
Narrowboat.
narrow
That's
boat, a canal boat.
Oh, that's okay. That's the same thing I'm thinking of then. Okay. Yeah, because there's only like what, like 4 feet of clearance or something above the boats in those tunnels.
They used
Instant.
on the long tunnels where they couldn't have the horse that used to drag them before they got engines, and the canal towpath didn't go under the bridge. They used to lie on their backs on the top of it and walk along the roof of the tunnel.
Push it along. What puzzles me over here is how many canal barges go missing and no one sees anything. It's not like you can just, take a turning somewhere and just hide it.
Yeah.
Friend of mine that used to live around the corner sold his house and bought a narrow boat when he retired, and he lives on that. God knows where he is at the moment.
I've seen it's kind of the same culture as the people who buy the RVs and travel the US.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of the same as van life culture.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Maybe okay, if I don't want a train, then Justin, you made a point. We don't have quite the infrastructure for a train.
Well, not
So-
anymore, yeah, because they've gotten rid of a lot of the lines, small.
So we'll have to
small
get a presidential dune. If I get elected, we need to get presidential dune buggy.
lines.
It'll be
Presidential
speed buggy
Doom
one.
And tow it behind a presidential RV.
Doom Buggy 1, that's what they're gonna call it.
Yeah.
Well, technically, Air Force One isn't actually considered the plane itself. It's whatever plane the president's on is designated
Exactly.
Air Force One. So Donald's right. It would be Buggy 1 if he was riding around in a buggy.
And isn't the vice president supposed to be Air Force Two?
Yep.
Yeah, and they have two identical planes, and whenever they travel, you don't know which plane the president's on, because they travel in a pair. And that way, if the president has to make a quick escape and there's an issue with one of the planes, he can jump on the other one and go. They
Actually,
travel
I
with
would
two
be
of them.
a good choice to run for president. I think presidents and vice presidents, you shouldn't be able to elect a president unless they're a twin. You elect identical twins as president and vice president, and that would confuse the hell out of assassins.
Definitely. You've got a valid point there, Donald.
And don't forget when they're on the helicopter, it's a Marine one.
Yep.
Yeah, Marine one, yeah.
I had a staff sergeant that worked for me that he had a detail when Reagan was in. He came, he was there right before I got there, but he was working for me. And he came in and I saw that they wear a special presidential seal. He gets from that point on, he wears in his uniform all the time.
Right. So Air Force One's an airplane. Marine One is an helicopter. Does that mean the presidential bolt's a chopper, the chopper one?
No. I made you this one because just in case you don't eat as much. That's yours. That's
And-
Thomas's.
And if the president goes out jogging, are his tennis shoes run one?
No, jogging one.
And then the presidential limo is considered, it's called the Beast. That's what they call it.
I'm sorry, but if I had the presidential limo, it'd be called the Batmobile.
Yeah.
They might as well be Batmobile with some of the shit it has on it. You know, half of the shit on that limo was designed by DARPA. Like a lot of the armor and stuff was all done by DARPA, which is considered like the premier for top secret technologies in the US. That's where when like say the NSA can't figure out how to do something or the CIA can't figure out how to do something, they send it to DARPA and that's the last straw. If DARPA can't figure it out, they just give up on it.
Yeah.
DARPA's got like all the top scientists. And
Yeah,
engineers
all
and
these
everything.
bulletproof cars though all have what the same weakness.
That's yours.
The radiator.
Like DARPA actually came out and put a statement out a few years back. That was about 10
Sorry,
years ago. It was a
Tim.
while back. But they said
It
that
wasn't
ahead.
run to the chopper. It was get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper.
But anything, pretty much DARPA came out one time and said that anything that you've seen in Star Wars, they've tried it and it's either worked or it hasn't, but they wouldn't go into detail on what worked and what didn't. But they said they worked on a lot of the shit from Star Wars, like lightsabers and different things like that.
Yeah. Have you seen the joke that's going round? The reason Donald Trump
What's up,
was the Secret Service was delayed getting to Trump was that nobody wanted to shout Donald Duck.
Sure, shit wouldn't want to be in the air though if Air Force One was near me. A good way to get shot down right there.
It'd be fucking wrong.
So I think it's usually escorted by a couple fighters.
Imagine it with your goggles on and your FPV and you just you get a big explosion in your eyes.
Honestly, I don't even think your drone would take off with some of the GN shit they have on those planes.
Yeah, but if it's already in the air.
Like I said, I was flying at the park one day. They were having an air show in Lakeland. A bunch of the FA-18 Growlers came flying. I was going back to wherever the hell they were going to. And my drone started wigging out when they flew over top of me. I didn't see them until after, obviously, because sometimes you won't hear them until they've already kind of passed you. I don't know if they had anything turned on or what it was, but it started wigging. But I was only like 15 or 20 feet off the ground, so I just dropped it real quick. But those are the FA-18s that have all the jamming shit on, radar jamming and all that shit on there.
What's the chance of me getting these birds into bed?
Yeah, a lot of the European dignitary limousines are armored and bulletproofed stretched Mercedes limousines that aren't called Mercedes. And I've forgotten what the hell they are called.
It's a Cadillac. And if you ever seen the doors when they open it, the doors are like fucking 2 feet thick. I swear to God, they're thick as shit.
I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, right there. Look how thick this fucking door is.
Jesus.
I mean, just look at that all that reinforced hinges and everything.
You can imagine just how crushed up inside he is because the rest of it's all bulletproof metal.
Yeah, don't get your finger caught in that.
What finger?
I was watching a video of them showing how the Secret Service doing their practicing for the driving, where they were doing on a driving course. And I'll tell you what, the boys that drive that limo know how to drive because they whip that son of a bitch around. And that's a heavy ass vehicle too to be doing that. I think it weighs, they said, like, was it 15 or 20,000 pounds?
Yep.
Altogether. No, I don't know. He just said he had to leave, Tim. I have no idea where he went.
Said he had an errand to
go
run.
Yep,
Gone on
that's all he
errand.
said. Don't know what
He had to
the
go
errand
get
was.
some Boston cream. Well, he kept himself host. He didn't give us host.
He didn't say. He said it won't be long.
I'm sure they do, then. I have no idea. Sure, they got a fridge inside the presidential limo with cold drinks and snacks. Why wouldn't they? Probably has all their favorite snacks and beverages that they like. It's pretty much what they do at the kitchen at the White House. They have all their favorite snacks and foods and all that. I was watching that interview of the cook for the White House. He's been the cook there for like 40 years or something, been through bunches of presidents, and he'll tell you, he said one of the scariest things is when the first lady comes down there and says you're not to feed him this certain type of food. He ain't allowed to have it. You know, like cookies and shit. He said they're scary. They come down there.
Now that would be me. I would be like, okay, no matter how many times I ask for Twinkies, do not give me Twinkies. I'm gonna tell you I want Twinkies. I'm gonna tell you I need Twinkies. Do not give me Twinkies.
But then the minute you say give me a Twinkie, they're gonna be like, yes, sir.
That was a test. You're fired.
Maybach. That's what they called.
Yeah, because they said Bush was, I think he said Bush was fond of certain, I think it was like a certain type of cookie or something. His wife used to come down there all the time and tell the kitchen staff, don't be giving him ice cream and cookies. I think it was the two things that he liked.
He's back.
I'm
Yeah.
back.
I'd have to give them orders to be like, okay, you need to serve me healthy food. I get one night a week where I can have something a little decadent.
I mean, honestly, dude, if you got 5-star chefs like that working in the damn, that are like
Justin, we can
highly
hardly
trained
hear you
chefs
again.
working in the kitchen
There you
like that
go.
at the White House, I would just let them surprise me every night with a new dish, because fuck, that'd be awesome. You know, because you could have something different pretty much all the time. You wouldn't have the same things all the time.
Yeah, but I'd want to look forward to something. So I'd have to be like, okay, for the first Monday of every month, biscuits and gravy and bacon for dinner.
Right. Well, I mean, you could have that, but I'm saying it'd be cool to be able to have a professional chef menu.
Yeah, the other nights you can surprise me. You can do all kinds of stuff, but
Hey, Jackson, no, I'm
Hey, you
here.
just give them a list of shit you don't like, and then be like, okay, then go ahead and go forward from there. Although they might make something that you don't like that probably will taste good to you.
Yeah, like no iguana. Mind you, the way you keep going on about, I wouldn't mind seeing what iguana tasted like.
Oh, yuck.
Well, then they were talking about the way that they do their shopping is they actually have secret shoppers that work for the White House, and they go to the grocery stores. That's how they get their food. They actually go in there as just regular people. You don't know that you think that there's just a regular person shopping, and then they'll go in there with a specific list of stuff that the White House orders.
Yeah, iguanas go shopping?
No, I'm talking about the people that shop for the White House at the grocery stores.
Oh,
They did a special on it where they showed and the chef was talking about how the first ladies are more scarier than the president when they come down there telling them not to give the husbands certain foods. Because it's been the same.
Donald, I think you ought to be on Top Chef, on the TV series.
no,
No?
those guys are good.
They pay for that. They pay you that.
I just took.
If you had a
It'd be
chance,
kind of
though,
cool to go train to be a chef.
like if you got an opportunity just to do like an amateur cooking show like that, would you do it though? Like if you happen to get a shot you got invited to be a guest, like a
guest chef?
Like a contestant.
Yeah, but you've got to cook what they tell you to cook.
Would you? Right, but would you feel confident enough, Donald, to be able to say, yeah, I'll go do it?
To go in and take random ingredients and make something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't think honestly I wouldn't have the confidence to do it, to be honest with you. I mean, I know how to cook, but I don't know how to cook that. I don't think I know how to cook that good.
Salt, fat, protein.
Joe, are you still here? You eating dinner?
I'm eating.
Okay.
I'm just thinking how good I'd be on one of those shows.
Well, you'd be pretty good doing Southern cooking, right?
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, I know how to make jambalaya real good.
Yeah.
They don't have any of the ingredients in tins.
Jambalaya from a can.
Well,
jambalaya from a package.
If you are making jambalaya on a compressed time limit, start with a pre-made roux.
With what?
Got to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because they usually only give you like 45 minutes or an hour to cook a meal.
Yeah, if you have to spend a good chunk of that time stirring a roux, you're kind of screwed. And also, I don't think that'd be enough time for jambalaya or like a chili to actually come together.
Oh no!
If you only had like an hour to prepare your meal.
You couldn't do that like in a pressure cooker or something. I've never cooked those from scratch.
You can do chilies and curries and stuff like that in pressure cookers to do it quicker, but the whole idea is infusing the flavor over about 5 or 6 hours.
Well, I've seen some contestants on the Ramsey shows because me and Sarah usually watch his cooking contest shows, but I've seen people on there use pressure cookers for certain dishes because they were pressed for time.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I can do a beef stew in 20 minutes in a pressure cooker just by throwing all the veg in and the meat in, water, some stock.
Oh yeah, what
cubes.
you're really looking for there, you're combining a few flavors, but you're trying to get that beef cooked down and tender enough.
Gonna be
Yeah.
honest, I can make a stew in like 30 seconds. Just needs a tin opener.
Well, let me ask you something. So if you made a stew with the same exact ingredients, identical, and you did one in a pressure cooker and did one traditional cooking way, would you really be able to tell the difference?
Between them,
In a stew, probably not.
No.
In a curry, yes.
but the difference in time would be like 20 minutes in a pressure cooker or 3 or 4 hours on the stove.
Right, but would you be able to tell the difference is what I'm saying at the end of it?
Not in a stew, but in a curry, yeah.
In the flavor, no.
I'm just not sure if the flavors would have a chance to meld. But I don't know.
That'd be
I
a good
don't
way to do
use
a
a pressure
blind
cooker,
taste
so-
test and actually try it and see. See
A
if you can
chili
tell
would
the
be the
difference.
big thing. You'd want to do like a chili and see. That'd be a good test of a pressure cooker, see if it cooked chili quicker.
Right, and then do like a tasting to see if you could decide which or figure out which one came from which.
Because I can have all the ingredients in a chili and everything be cooked to like edible, but it's still not chili until a couple hours later.
Couple of days.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, cook it,
It
put it in the
takes better
fridge,
as it
take it out the
goes
next
on.
day.
Yeah.
It's had all night to figure out what it is. You put it in solitary confinement, and it has that time to think to itself, what do I really want to do with my life? And it realizes I want to be chili.
Yeah. I do chili in a slow cooker quite often.
Donald gets invited to the show and his first dish is how to make proper ramen. He's fucked. Tim said in the chat.
Well, Tim
Well,
gets
you-
invited to a show, and all he knows how to eat is dick.
Oh damn!
You want to try me, Tim? You want to keep coming at me? We want to do this today?
He's feeling zesty today. Watch
Got
him.
my disclaimer up.
You need a pass. You
Joe's
need a
got
pass
disclaimer.
cutter.
Yep.
The views and opinions on this channel are not,
Damn.
I can't read it, are
In the live chat, do not reflect my opinions or the views of my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why
but-
don't they-
I agree with that comment.
Yeah, but why don't they
But-
put a proper disclaimer
The
on?
statement that Tim eats dick is not an opinion.
But why
well,
don't
who's gonna verify it? I don't think Justin can.
I'm pretty sure
I
it's on
gotta leave it
Wikipedia.
up. Dominic, I have to leave it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but put a proper statement up. The views and opinions that may be discussed in public are not my views that I want to be heard in public, but my views in
Private.
private.
Ooh. I almost overflowed my grease trap. There.
You have a grease trap.
Well, a grease catcher.
Mm.
I'm cooking my bacon on a George Foreman grill right now.
Oh, really?
Right, so you mean the little dish that goes at the front of it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've never done bacon on George Foreman.
Mm.
I like it because it keeps everything flat. You throw it on there, drop it down, and hold it flat while it cooks it.
Well, my George Foreman has two parts to it. It's got the lid that you close down that has the ridges in it, but it also has a flat griddle plate next to it as well.
Ooh, that's
Okay.
cool.
See, normally what I do when I make BLTs is I'll actually cut the bacon fourths. That way when you bite into the sandwich,
Yeah.
you don't
I've not
rip
done
the
anything on
fucking
the
bacon
George
out.
Foreman.
I got mine cut in half.
Yeah, I do it quarters. Like I'll make it actually a little smaller. That way, because a lot of this, I hate when you bite into a sandwich and you rip
Yeah,
half the
that's the
area
biggest
Yeah.
piece of bacon right there.
Oh,
So
it looks good.
The Tim says he had a grease catcher, but he got divorced.
And I've not done anything on a George Foreman. I'm not that way inclined.
Yeah, they are slightly inclined. Yeah.
all right, that was good.
Do you use a full rasher of bacon, or do you use the ones that are only half a rasher, basically?
Half a ration, what?
Yeah, well, you get like back bacon, and then you
We get
get
the whole bit.
bacon. Well, they do join together normally until they cut in half.
Mm.
So a proper rasher of bacon goes all the way around
It's about so
and has
long.
both fat bacon and the streaky bacon together.
Yeah.
Rather than the middle rasher.
And what the hell y'all talking about? Proper rations.
There you go.
There you go.
That right there.
That's just
Yeah.
nice. It's fat.
That's the good fatty part.
That's the good kind with the most fat.
That's like a steak, dude.
Well,
The best part of a steak
one
is
with
the
the-
fat.
No, it's got quite a bit of meat on here. You got quite a bit of lean, but it's got quite a bit of fat too.
Well, that's the streaky bacon part.
You
Mm.
see,
The back bacon has a big oval piece of meat at one end of it.
And then a bit on the side. Yeah.
Bacon
A
is
little
That's
big
bit
in
of-
Australia.
I've never heard of back
Well,
bacon.
it then goes around in a semicircle and back underneath again.
Donald,
Yep.
have you heard
Yes.
of back bacon?
well, you've got
Yeah,
three.
that's a Canadian thing.
That's a
Back bacon's a Canadian thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, over here you get back bacon, streaky bacon, and
This-
full bacon.
our bacon is pork belly, isn't it?
Yeah, I
All
think
I
bacon.
believe.
Pork belly,
pork.
kind of.
The good news is I don't have to
it
worry about the
depends
fat on my food because carrot doesn't have fat.
Well, Dominic, do you put a little Vegemite in with the bacon or what?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I mean, if you get bacon in Europe, it's sliced that thin. It's like Parma ham.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Paul, I just
Yeah.
want to let you know he's lying because if you put a bit of Vegemite in your bacon, it's going to stick to the freaking pan and you're never going to get it out.
Well, not if you got a pan that is non-stick.
I'm sorry. I think Vegemite will stick to a non-stick pan. It'll fucking stick to anything.
I've never
Oh, you
had a
don't like?
pan that things didn't stick to.
David, you like it because it sticks to your ribs, right?
I don't like it at all.
I thought you were a Vegemite eater.
No.
Why is the bacon
Vegemite,
in Australia
Parma,
not as good,
sourdough.
Tim, or what?
It's
Although
different.
over here you can get bacon, all different types of bacon. They got thick cut, thin slice. You can get bacon pieces, which is actually usually cheaper.
Yeah.
You can get a couple pounds for what you'd pay for 1 pound of sliced bacon. I used to buy those all the time.
Yeah,
at the
with
store,
rind
bacon
on,
pieces.
rind off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we call that cooking bacon,
like we
like-
used to. I used
like
to buy
off cook.
these. I used to buy these big 5 pound bags of bacon ends. And it was probably the cost of maybe £1.50 of sliced bacon. It was way cheaper for what you
Yeah.
amount you were getting.
And some of them are almost as thick as gammon steaks.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah, you get some thick pieces. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was pretty much all the crap off the bacon that they sliced
Yeah,
to make the
of course.
nice looking slices, but it's still
Yeah.
decent bacon.
And then you get bacon bits, which is all chopped up into small pieces.
Yeah.
Bacon here is circular. What?
Yeah.
Well, we have
'Cause that's-
circular
we
bacon.
only
It's
have the
called
middle
Canadian
rasher.
bacon. It's just
You need
ham.
you need the
Isn't
full
that
rasher
gammon?
rather than the middle rasher.
Oh, okay.
That's a
just
middle
gammon.
bacon.
So your guys' bacon is what is the pork loin cut thin
Mm.
out of the middle of the back of the pig.
We
Yeah.
just call it gammon.
Yeah, because it's the meat you buy the middle rasher, or you can buy the full length.
It's like
But generally, it's sold as middle rashers.
And the most common slice and form of bacon in the United States is what you guys call the streaky bacon or
Yeah.
side bacon.
Yeah, streaky bacon, but that costs extra.
Which is cut from the pork belly, like I said,
Yeah.
it's pork belly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they're completely different parts of the pig of what you guys are calling your bacon, which is the back bacon, and what we call bacon.
Well, Tim said it looks like elongated thin pork chops.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's like kind of like a pork loin.
You got the
But, yeah.
you got the big part, and then you got the streaky part going down.
Well,
It
I'm
basically
assuming,
is the thin pork chop. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm
With the belly
assuming-
pork still attached to it. Exactly.
But I'm assuming if you could get that kind of meat, you could get what we have as bacon, right? You can get that part of the pig
Mhm.
as well, correct?
Yeah, we get what you call bacon. It's called streaky bacon. But we
No,
prefer
I'm talking about in Australia.
we actually prefer to eat the other part of it.
Well, we do too, but it's called a different. We prepared that be like pork loin.
Yeah, we call it we call it differently. I don't know what Queensland has.
Pork loin
Wouldn't
is thick, and it's not usually smoked or cured.
Right.
Bacon is cured. Pork loin isn't.
Dusty makes a good point. He said, then it's going to taste like, it's not going to taste like bacon. It's going to taste like a pork chop.
No, because it's cured. It's going to taste like bacon.
No, he's talking about the Australian stuff. I don't know. I just, yeah, if it tasted like bacon, it would be fine. But if it tastes like a pork chop, I wouldn't really want that with my breakfast food.
Yeah, no,
if
it
like I
tastes
said,
like
it's still
it's cut thinner than a pork chop. It doesn't have the bone, obviously.
Hey,
Up,
Jody.
Laura, troublemaker.
Little llama Laura. Jody, how's it going? I have a pretty dull life. What I watch is reruns of Family Feud. Then I switch over and watch the Star Trek reruns until
great.
1 o'clock in the morning.
Sounds great.
But right now on one of the other channels but I've watched so many of them. They've got hang on, I'll tell you what it is.
Who watch out?
My memory's not working.
Oh, Laura, we a YouTube short.
When does Laura not make a YouTube short?
Oh no, it seems to be long to me.
Blue Bloods, yeah, Blue Bloods. All the reruns of Blue Bloods.
Yeah.
That's a good show.
It is a good show, but you know what? They keep running them back to back to back to back to back to back. And they're good show.
I used to watch Blue Bloods. I hadn't watched it in the last couple seasons.
Haven't you?
No, I haven't been caught up on it. Another good cop show is Chicago PD. It's pretty good. Watch Chicago Fire.
Yeah, I'm
and
not big
Chicago
on
PD.
Chicago Fire though.
I've never watched any of them.
I like both of them. I'm not real big in the Chicago Med because they really like went off with it. Like they came out with Chicago Fire, then they came out with Chicago PD. They were both really good, but then they came out with Chicago Med, and then they came out with Chicago Legal, and then Legal didn't do so well, so they canceled that, and now they just have the three. They were like, they went a little too much on it.
Yeah, you can only take so much Chicago.
I do like Chicago PD though. It's really good. A lot of action. Especially this last season.
There's an
really good.
American one that Laura we saw advertised, and Laura was watching a clip to it, and it was the guy was a drug runner. The police were outside, and she said she's gonna have to report him to the police, but then ended up forcing him to buy an MRI scanner instead for the hospital. It's like, yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, Tulsa King only has one season, but it's supposed to be coming back out sometime in the next couple of weeks, I think.
September, I thought.
Something like that, yeah.
I thought it was September.
Is that on Netflix or on a different?
No, it's on
Tulsa King.
Netflix.
Paramount.
No, Paramount.
Paramount. One of them.
I've never gotten Paramount.
Let's see.
I got free Netflix.
You know what's wrestling
with my service, and I got Paramount.
Good job, I said that.
I did have Prime, but I got rid of it because I don't use it.
Prime's a scam.
Oh no, it started on July 14th on CBS.
Okay, I must check then. Maybe it's a
Shut up,
different time
Justin.
here.
Oh, no, never mind. That was the first season. The second season premieres in September. You were right.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought September. Yeah.
Laura just addressed you, Justin.
I didn't hear. Okay, so it is Paramount, but it also is being shown on CBS. So either way.
Oh, okay.
But I'm sure the new season is going to be probably Paramount only. The first season is going to be the other two.
Yeah.
So you can watch the first season on CBS as well. Cobra Kai. I don't know if I caught up on that.
No, I haven't seen that.
That was actually pretty good. Kind of cool. They got all the original characters from the movies. The Karate Kid movies.
There you go.
Yeah. You buy that here too.
That's a full piece of
It's
bacon.
harder to find here.
How big is that though?
Be about 10 inches long by about 6 inches wide.
Yeah.
So you just make one big ass piece and then cut it up between.
Yeah, it's called a bacon
couple
steak,
people. Okay.
Laura said.
Mm.
And you know that hole in the middle? That's where
Yeah.
Dave Cameron's penis went.
I ain't gonna lie, the middle looks disgusting. That looks like worms or something in the middle.
Well, that's just
Now the question
that's
is,
just where it's folded around. The big bit and maybe 2 inches to the left of it would be what they call a back bacon, and then the rest of it would be what you call a streaky bacon. What you use.
Yeah.
Dusty says, I don't eat.
But it's all
beef,
bacon.
I've ate it For 19
But it's all
years.
bacon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Apparently Dusty worked himself
And
out of
you
eating
only
pizza.
need like 2 rashers to make a full big sandwich.
Mm.
Just sit one on the piece of bread one way and the other one the other way so that it covers it all up.
I'll tell you what, it's all
Where's the fun in that though?
What?
Now, the big question is, do you like chewy bacon or crunchy bacon?
I prefer
Crunchy.
mine only
Crispy.
just cooked.
I like chewy bacon.
Depends on what you put it on.
Yeah, I prefer it only just cooked.
I used to
I don't
like mine.
I don't like
just
it that hard that it breaks your teeth.
But if you do it crunchy, you can break it up and put it in a salad or things like that.
I try
Well,
not to
then
make
you-
mine crunchy,
Then you buy
but
bacon bits.
just turning crunchy.
Yeah, see, that's what I like. I like it right when it's about to turn, and then take it off where it's kind of still a little soft.
Laura
Soft
says
cook.
she likes hers in her belly.
In fact, I got a piece on here that I just made way too crunchy. All right, bacon is cooked.
Yeah, Dusty, keep thinking that doctors are a scam when you get gonorrhea and you need a penicillin shot. And weed's not going to do
Yeah.
it, buddy.
Trust him, Justin speaks from experience.
I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, Justin, how am I being a troublemaker?
You're always a troublemaker.
No, I'm not.
Like, do you really have to ask that?
Can't you see my halo?
Absolutely not. Yeah, it's
Oh,
being
That the
held
thing
up
is
by
being
our
held
devil
up by them
horns.
horns.
Exactly. Being held up by our devil horns.
And there was me trying to be nice and play some games with you earlier, but you just left.
But that was the point. You was playing games with him, winding him
I
up.
was there for like 10 minutes talking to you and you weren't answering me. So
I
figured-
messaged you going, I think your mic isn't working.
Your mic isn't working.
Yeah, Justin, your mic ain't working.
So
Justin, your mic ain't working.
and I answered you in a chat and then you didn't respond. So I figured you weren't away from your computer. So I left.
You
That's
didn't
to close
message
the
me on
game up.
Facebook, it comes straight through to me.
Yeah, Justin.
I don't like doctors because they ask questions that they should know. Is that your penis, Tim? Is that what they asked you?
Mm.
He don't look like one.
Well, in Tim's case, maybe they don't know.
Like, what the hell is that thing hanging between your legs?
Yeah.
Pick on Tim Day. Pick on Tim Day.
Yes, I'm sure it's very important.
What kind of bread do you like using for your BLTs, Donald? I like using the big potato bread.
It all
Yeah, real-
depends.
Real
I'm a
wide
big fan
potato
of
bread.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of sourdough,
French stick.
and so that's what we have tonight.
I'd go the focaccia.
Ciabatta's nice.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Here's mine.
Well, focaccia, ciabatta, they're pretty much
Yeah.
the same.
Shoot, y'all too expensive for me. I get old plain
Sourdough.
white bread toasted. I'm good.
Yeah,
Like a
bit of a
rustic
plain white
loaf.
bread man myself.
But
This
the
is
amount
a-
of bacon you get on a French stick is great.
This is the
Mm.
brand we usually use because it's really wide. It's not
Oh,
skinny
okay.
like your traditional
Yeah, that
loaf.
was good.
Oh,
It's about
yeah,
a
that's
piece
the
and a
toast
half
bread.
wide.
That's sliced as toast.
and that's
but it-
soft, right?
What
Yeah,
the
but it's
fuck
a-
is
it's a
potato
li-
bread? And
it's
why
a
the
little-
hell's it $36?
It's a little
Yeah.
bit more dense.
That's for the case.
than-
That's a
That's
case.
the case. $4.56 a loaf.
It's a
Okay,
little
who the hell's
denser.
paying $4.56 for a freaking loaf of bread?
Exactly.
It's
Yeah,
a
I'm not
lot
gonna pay that.
denser than your standard like cheap loaf of bread from Walmart, but it's also about a
Just
piece and a half wide. It's a little wider,
Just
so it
go
makes
to-
for good sandwiches.
Just
Yeah,
go
keep
nick
looking
down
at
to
the bread.
Aldi's or Tesco's and
Yeah,
get the
looking at the
doorstep
bread.
bread.
Fuck,
Yeah,
I hate
doorstop.
shopping it out.
The
I hate
doorstep.
Aldi's.
$1.49 here.
75,
Aldi's,
75
Or
Aldi-
go buy, or if I had time, if I had been thinking, I would have made sourdough. But
Yes.
Aldi's is okay if you need to grab something real quick, but if you're shopping
that way you
for a
just have to buy
family,
flour.
Aldi's isn't.
I
the
think
way
I'm
to
gonna start
go.
making my bread again.
I think my starter in the fridge is probably close to being dead. I need to get it out and feed it.
Yeah, I got
I haven't
an
fed it for
automatic.
quite a while.
Started.
I got an automatic bread maker now. All I gotta do is mix all the shit together and stir it up and overnight and be ready.
Oh, but you don't do the sourdough. You do like yeast.
Yeah, you can do it a little bit different. I can make like in the mornings. I used to gain weight that way. That's why I stopped doing it. Because I'd make cinnamon toast for the morning, and then we wound up eating a whole freaking loaf of bread. You know?
Mhm.
But for your leavening, you would use like a yeast packet.
Yeah, no, it's yeast. Just got a little jar of yeast. And what you do is you put all the liquids in, all the powders in, make a little hole on the top, put the yeast in, and then you just set it for whatever time. And what it does is it does all the kneading, does everything.
I'm wondering how you would. There would be no way to really time that for like a sourdough bread. It would have to be
There's a recipe
purely
for it. There is definitely
for
a
a straight
recipe for
sourdough,
it.
or without added
For a
yeast.
No, you still got to add the yeast. It's just their recipe for sourdough.
Okay.
Probably not a proper sourdough.
No, because it wouldn't have any fermentation time.
Yeah.
All right, it's dinner time.
Later. I like
What-
Texas toast.
What
That's decent
size
French
are the
toast.
normal bread loaves that you buy from the shop? Are they the same size as ours, 800 grams?
Don't
Hold
even
on,
look
I'll
at that.
tell you. Hold on, I'll tell you.
800 grams. I thought it was 1,200.
No, it's 800 grams for a full size loaf.
Yeah.
And 400 grams for them small ones they do.
Yeah, same here.
It puzzles me, right? People go into Tesco's and they see full-size loaf of bread, 75 pence. And right next to it, they call it a half loaf.
Yeah.
And it's 70 pence.
Uh-huh.
People buy the 70 pence one. It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Wait, hold on. How much? What measurement are you using to weigh it?
Grams.
800 grams.
He's going to come back and say we use ounces.
Yeah, we do.
Echo, what's 800 grams in ounces?
800
Okay,
grams, 28 ounces.
0.76 pounds. Our average loaf of bread is 2 pounds.
You're going to have to ask it what 800 grams is in pounds.
Yeah. Because I can't remember. How many ounces are there in a pound? 16.
So that would be 907 grams.
Yeah.
Right.
But we also have loaves of bread that are called extra long loaves, like the ones Walmart sells are really long. I don't even know
Yeah.
how much those are because they're like really, really long loaves of bread.
Oh, they got ill too quick.
Hey guys, I'm jumping off. I'll see
Yeah, I
y'all in
think
the
it-
morning.
Catch you later.
Bye, Laura.
Yeah, I think it's getting to that time. So
Yeah, Laura's in the other room. That's why it's quiet. Oops, I said that out loud. Oops.
Is Johnny not on tonight?
yeah, he's already on right now.
Yeah. And then Bill's on in a bit.
Yeah, Bill Coast to Coast is on in about an hour.
Hour. Yeah.
Well, before I go, I'm going to tell you how I upset not my local football club, but the football club I support. Right? I've got access to a few websites that gives me all the information.
Yeah.
So I technically post that the football club has scored before the fucking football club does, right? Which they've always hated, right? Because
Yeah,
they've
but
got
there's a
to,
30-second delay over here.
yeah, but they've got to type it out and then they've got to put it out to the different social medias where I just have to put it to one website and I just press a button and it's done, right?
Yeah.
Well, this evening they tweeted out that we'd made 8 substitutions. So I corrected him and said, no, we made 9 substitutions. And he went, the guy doing the Twitter for the club went, excuse me, you're in Essex. How the fuck would you know? And I went, I may be in Essex, but I know how to count. I said, so go and have a look and see how many substitutes you made. Yeah. And then he come back and he went, yeah, well, you shouldn't know all this information. And then told me to fuck off. And then he deleted all his tweets.
Nah. Okay.
It's not my fault I got all this info.
Yeah. I don't know where Paul's gone, but I'm gonna drop off.
You're off as well, are you? Do you want to run
Yeah, I'm off. Bye-bye.
One last moment.
Well, I'm having a proper cup of coffee.
Coffee at this time, I think.
No, it's a tub of coffee ice cream.
It's that bad. Oh, I don't know. I think I might go sleep in the fucking on the front tonight. It's too hot. Hate this weather because it means I can't sleep and I'll end up dizzy tomorrow and I'll be all over the fucking place.
I'm usually all right when I get in bed and but by morning, then I feel hot.
Well, we've got this stupid environment thing.
Then you have to pull the covers off.
Yeah, the guy showed me how to turn it up, and I've turned it up full blast, and it ain't doing anything.
Yeah.
Dude, because it's blowing in warm air now.
Why is it using one of the electric heaters outside?
No, it's taking the air outside and blowing it in. Yeah, because the air outside's warm, it's still 18 degrees.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And it passes over their filtering system, which warms it up a little bit
Echo,
more.
what's the temperature inside?
The whole house temperature is 21.1 degrees.
Well, I can't get Echo to do that. But I do have a little...
I've got the one Echo that I've got down here, the dot, is a tall one. It's about nearly 6 inches tall. It's not one of the small 1.5 inch ones, and it's actually got a temperature sensor in it and everything, and a bigger speaker. But all the other ones, just the small ones, so it's only the front room that'll read the temperature in, and that is with the door, the sliding patio door open. And it's still 21 degrees.
It's currently 29 degrees in here.
Yeah, that's warm.
Yeah, because I've got all the windows open.
Which you can only do once the birds are in bed.
Yeah. Well, they're always open, but they're on that special lock.
All right. Paul's not gone to do a ship, has he?
I don't think so.
He's just said he was going to. He just said he was going out to do a thing. That's all he said. To do a what do you want to call it? Errand. That was all he said.
Yeah, he's been back since then, hasn't he?
Yeah, he was back. I think a minute ago.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He was sat in his chair and then he just got up and left.
Are you sat far away from your microphone, Justin, or have you got the gain turned down again?
Yeah, your microphone keeps going in and out. Start me blue blood meds tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
What's it called? Prindavdril?
Hey?
Prendapril.
Not heard of that one.
Max dose you can take is 8 milligrams. They put me on 6. And it says, take 1 hour to 1.5 hours before food or before you get up.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's about right. So I've got a plan when I'm going to get up.
Yeah, wake up, take one, and then stay in bed for another hour and a half.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't get up. I've got to wait an hour and a half after my tablet.
Yeah.
Or I can just roll over and give it to you rectally while you're sleeping.
Let me think about that. No.
He's thinking about it. Look, he's like,
So, is that a congealer rather than a thinner?
Thinner. It's to bring my blood pressure down.
Oh, it's a blood pressure, not a blood thinner. Yeah, no, the one I take for that is lisinopril.
Well, the thing is, when I left the hospital, according to that doctor, my blood pressure was back down into its normal level, 140 over 70 something.
Yeah, still a little bit high, but it's okay.
Yeah, but when she did my blood pressure today, it was 191 over 113.
Yeah, that is way too high.
But you should catch y'all later.
Yeah, catch you later.
Justin, you should be sort of like 120 to 130 over 60 to 70.
Yeah. Well, I'm nowhere near that. I'm a volcano ready to go off. And just think, if the nurse hadn't made me laugh, it probably would have been a lot higher.
Have you got a blood pressure monitor at home?
Yeah, somewhere. I'm not allowed to use it for a couple of days anyway, until the medication kicks in.
Right.
It'll give false readings, apparently.
Uh-huh.
It's quite funny, though. It says one of the side effects of this blood pressure tablet says you may have a stroke. They want to get my blood pressure down to stop me having a stroke. I'll catch you later, Dim. Yeah, it's like the vertigo tablets may cause dizziness.
Yeah.
I'm taking them to stop dizziness.
Yeah.
A migraine tablet say they may cause migraines.
I've had all these different tablets that say may cause drowsiness, and I have never had one that made me feel sleepy.
Oh, I have. Oh God. My olanzapine. Yeah. If I have a couple of days off it, which I sometimes do because it fucks with your head. But that's what it's meant to do. Yeah. But when I go back on it, it makes me want to eat. Laura hates it because every snack in the property's gone.
Is that an antidepressant?
Yeah.
Yeah, they put me on Prozac when they decided, like when my eyesight went, I was off for 18 months from work, and I only went back because I only get 18 months out of every, I mean, it's 3 years on full pay.
Yeah.
And then it dropped down to half pay. So I went back before it dropped down. And then a couple of years later, I went to the doctors and gave him all this stuff and what was happening. And he said, I've been waiting for this. So he said, I'm surprised you've lasted this long before.
Yeah, that's what my doctor said today.
Yeah. And they gave me Prozac. And I took that for a couple of years. Had another 18 months off work with depression. And then said, oh, fuck this. I don't want to take this anymore. And just stopped. And he said, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to come off it gradually.
Oh, they do that all the fucking time with me.
Why?
They fuck up your prescription.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
Yeah. But they fuck up my prescription every now and again. It's like normally once, twice a year. They just mess it up and I can't order it for a few days. And they go, when you need to come off the medication, gradually come off it. It's you guys messing it around and suddenly I have to go whoop, off a cliff edge with all of it.
Yeah. How can I gradually come off it when I haven't got any of it?
Exactly.
Yeah, they do that with Kate's oral morphine.
Yeah.
They keep on cocking that up. They suddenly decide that she's not supposed to take that much per day. So she ends up running out after about a week instead of having 4 weeks worth.
Yeah, it's like in the chemist today when I was picking up the meds. This woman came in. She just literally bypassed the whole queue, went to the front and then, going to pick up a prescription. And I went, is that a prescription for your eyesight? Stupid woman.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not like a takeaway where you go in and pick up a pre-ordered one at the beginning, front of the queue if it's ready. Yeah.
Yeah. Pain in the arse.
Well, David, you want to keep going or you want me to shut it down?
No, I'll let you shut it down. I'm gonna.
Yeah, I think we're fine now.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody for being here. We'll see you again tomorrow.
Yeah, you might see me tomorrow. I'll be melted somewhere.
Okay.
Catch you
All
later.
right.
Bye-bye.
See you, Paul.